Hey, hey gamers. Who would have guessed it? How are we all? Are we all good? How was our Tuesdays? Did we have a good Tuesday? Also, bingo cards are actually live. I actually clicked the button before I came on. Who would have thought? I think he actually recognizes me saying like, hey. I fixed that. You guys are back. He recognizes me starting a stream with getting a treat now. And I think that's you guys' fault. I think you guys are the one to blame for that. Just saying. Just saying. But hello to Memphis Rogue and Melissa. Of course, the Daily Rupiers do get priority when it comes to saying hello. Happens every day. Is what it is. We move on. We get over it. Lily, hello. How are you? Melissa, hey. Yeah, I think you guys have fully conditioned him into believing he gets a treat at the start of stream. So I think we should calm it down. Do you not think? You not think? No. He says no, I am waiting. I'm looking. Perfect. Are we sure? We're live a bit earlier today because basically the weather's a little stinky disgusting. Now, the weather's a little stinky disgusting here and we're waiting for the rain to go off, to be honest. So we thought, let's stream first and then we'll get him outside. So he might be a little more hyper, as you can tell. But yeah, we're waiting for the rain to go off. So we're thinking maybe by the end of the stream it might, and if it's not, then we just accept our fate at that point. And well, I couldn't really look worse, to be honest, but at least if I get rained on, I don't have to come on stream after it. Wow, 43 entire years. Oh my god, thank you, Thane. I'm very kind. I'm very kind. Thank you for the 43 years, Death. Enjoy the ad-free view and the cutest emotes on Twitch and me breaking your eardrums. How are you? How was your Tuesday, Melissa? Thank you for the 20 stream streak. That's exciting. That's so cool. I like the little stream streaks. Also, Spider-Man tomorrow. Did I bring it? I did. Okay, hold on. There's actually a really good story. Hold on. Thane, you need to move. Sorry. I should have prepped beforehand. Well, I kind of did by the fact it's here, but okay. So, the deal with this is cute little baby tea, you might think. And to that I would say, do you know what? Thank you. Because that is the intention. How and ever. Thane, you need to get a grip for realsies. Good boy. So, we realised tomorrow's Spider-Man Day. I'm going with Merrick and Anna, as you all know. And me and Merrick were like, what if we get cute little Spider-Man shirts? That would be fun. But obviously everywhere is sold out right now. All the cute ones are sold out. So we thought, oh, last ditch effort, let's go to Primark. So Primark... Thane! Sorry. Enough. Maybe I should have took him out beforehand. But we thought, Primark, this will have what we need. Perfect. It didn't. However, we thought, guess who loves Spider-Man? Boys. Like, we boys love Spider-Man. This shirt is a child's. It's a child's, which if you're the same makeup as me, you can get into kids' clothes. Not only that, guys, it's a fucking 8-year-old to 9-year-old boy's top. Which, allow a moment for me to be skinny. If I turn to the side, you would miss me. This is an 8-year-old shirt. Or it's all 7-year-olds. So, Merrick bought this one too. It's got like a cool... I'll show you the back later. I don't actually want the back of my head to be shown. No one needs to see that. It's no one's business. It's certainly not mine. It's not yours. However, I took a gamble. And I've tried it on. So, I've tried it on and it looks good. But I thought, okay, we could twin Merrick. We could wear the same one. But I'll just show you guys it. This is what I will be wearing tomorrow. Which you can tell, again, 8 to 9-year-old boys. But how cool is this? It's a Spider-Man jersey. With like a little a Marvel decal down the side. I thought that was sick. And I tried it on that actually fits. So I was like, oh my god, because I thought, okay, I might actually have to cut the sleeves off if it came down to it and I wear it like a basketball jersey. But it's a little tight around the arms, but it works. So overall, 8 to 9-year-olds boy section in Primark. Success. So that's what I'm going to wear tomorrow night. And also it was, this was £4, and this was £7, but this came with shorts. But I obviously wouldn't get my arm through those shorts, so I'll donate the shorts. But that jersey, she's mine. She's mine, actually. Stoggy, hi, how are you? Are you well recovered? We had both Emily and Salvik in last night, actually, and they said they were almost back to normal. Almost back to normal. You had a horrendous day at work, Death? No. What was happening? What was happening? But yeah, how cool is that? When in doubt kids section for sure. So I'm quite chuffed with it. I'll send a picture maybe in Discord of the back of this one. But I thought I could wear this because it's Spider-Man Eve, and then tomorrow I'll wear the jersey. So I'm really excited. It's been, when did the last Spider-Man movie come out? It's been a couple of years anyway. So I'm excited. Schedule still remains. Busy tomorrow night, obvs. And then Thursday night, stream. Friday night is movie night in the Discord, where we will be watching Cat in the Hat. So those of you who are subbed, check your schedules on Friday. It is Cat in the Hat movie night. Saturday, I have Super Ghetto Saturday, but I might stream during the day, or definitely not. If I don't, it'll be Sunday. So it's exciting. It's really exciting. No, Stuggy, no. Good, you're doing good, fully recovered. You maybe don't give us a spoiler, Stoggy. How did your job interview go? Give us a little one-word spoiler before your stream. Just a little one-word spoiler. Make it any word you want, unless it's bad. I will not accept bad. Emily, hi, how are you? 4 words? Oh! Stoggy! Congrats! Wait, keep a secret if you're going to be in Stoggy's stream later. Keep a secret. You guys are first to know. Insider knowledge. Wait, Stoggy, so what are you going to be doing now? That's so exciting. But sad that the dinner lady arc's over. But I guess all good things have to come to an end. Megan, hi, how are you? Wait, will this work? Well done, Stoggy! Doo-doo-doo! That's so exciting. Oh, God. Yay, get the yays, the yays. Yay! It's gonna freeze. Yeah, it always freezes on the 3rd. Little bastard. Little bastard. Megan, how are you? How was your Tuesday? I hope it was well. I hope it was well. That's weird phrasing, but sure. I hope it was well. You've been asked to do TikTok live streams for 3 hours a day, Monday to Friday, for more money? Dude, that's unreal. You're going to smash that. TikTok live streams? No, you're built for that. You're probably going to come home for your actual stream and be fucking shattered, but hey, 3 hours a day. We'll fucking take that. And for more money? That's insane. And plus, no more early mornings, right? Because you were up super early. I feel like every time I went into your Discord, you were always like at work at 6. So hopefully no more early mornings for you. Also, this song's a throwback, Jesus Christ. Brings back bad memories. Bad memories. Max, how are you? Sky Ishi, how are you? Wait, we've got some bingos then to do. Let's have a look now that people are starting to roll in. Do you know what? I'm actually surprised I managed to balance the audio in that. Because Emily, when I say your sound effect last night, I put it in to mix it up and pressed play and genuinely had one of the stocky reactions of nearly flipping my headset off. I was like back in my chair. It was so... Do you know, just for comparison's sake, guys, that sound effect that Emily played, I might actually have to turn it up a tiny bit. That's on 5%. And most people have it on about 80. Just to get theirs to come through over other stuff. Emily's is on 5. That's how loud it is. So I will bump it up a little bit, but genuinely it's a jump scare any louder. Hi, Elusive. How are you? I hope your Tuesday went well, is what I meant to say earlier. Professor Cheese, how are you? Welcome on in. I know, 5%, it's insane. Right, so we've got... Get your bingo cards in, folks. Get your bingo cards in, because we've started to get a few already. What else? We've had Death come in. Head mod, no, I'm not hydrated yet. I did not win drop game at the start, unfortunately. You guys get a double because of Sky as well. You guys get a oh wait, we've got a founder as well. Where else? Where's the Ragey? Because Max and Sky are here. Perfect. And then the rest are Bond. Audio is the worst thing, honestly. See, trying to work anything out. You should see the state of my OBS right now. I really need to clean her up. I actually really need to clean her up. But audio is just... I still struggle with it. I don't think there's any hacks to making it work. Because it's always just bad for me. I don't know what it is. Oh, Emily got a double 10%. That's rough. That's rough. We actually need to do an under 10% for the bingo, like Death has. We should do an under 10%. Because I don't know why I've not got that. Because it's actually harder to get under 10%, I feel. I feel like every stream, or almost every stream, we get someone over 90. Oh, Megan's almost there. Melissa, you're almost there as well. We're some good enough. Oh, Sky. Sky, you've worked too much. You've worked to take a day off, Sky. We can't be having that. Oh, Max almost did as well. Okay. It's not too bad. Yeah, not quite a 9.0 in the laughter scale, but we're getting there. We're creeping up. So that's good. You're still at work, then finish. Finish. I give you permission. Because you know what? It's the eve of the new Spider-Man. I'm exciting. So... I don't know why I keep saying so. This is my new thing. So. But I'm sorry. I people seem to have a real stinker of a week last week. And I feel like some people are having a real stinker of a week again this week. So if you are, I hope it improves. And if not, then just game. Game the pain away. Banga. So as in so, or as in so. You figure that one out. Context clues. We'll give it away. Surely. Yeah, Sky, don't worry. Just tell your manager I said it's fine. Mercury is in Gatorade. That is true. Maybe that's... Oh, we've also got a new moon. Tomorrow night is the Bucks moon. Which is fun. So if you've got any crystals, get them prepped and ready. What else have we got? It's Leo season as well. I don't know if I mentioned that last stream. I feel like I should have. If I'm not, then... Scream it from the highest rooftop. It is Leo season. Edward is out on the prowl tomorrow night. So you can keep... I was going to say unlock your door. Never unlock your door. Never do that, actually. But on the off chance. I also was laughing at the Robert Pattinson interview where he was like talking about his character in the Odyssey, and he plays like a kind of sleazy, not so nice guy. And the interviewer was asking about the experience of playing that. And he was like, oh, it just feels like playing Jacob in Twilight. I feel vindicated after like 20 years of being an Edward fan and taking all this flack from all the people like Jacob, which is weird, by the way. It's weird. Fake Robert Pattinson fans for starters. I thought that was quite funny of him. Literally like 20 years later, he's still not over this. You bought a sewing kit 6 months ago to learn how to fix things. Guess what hasn't been open? Yeah, I feel like a sewing kit's a good thing just to have, but then I forget that. Well, I probably could use a sewing. If I had to, I could use a sewing kit. It wouldn't be the best stitches though. It would be different colors. It would be the most terrible weaving, or whatever you call it. It would not be good. Oh God, Sky! I actually forgot about that for a second. That. I don't know how I forgot, to be honest. I really don't know how I forgot. Sky beat you to... Honestly, that's a historic moment in that Discord. I can't believe we all got too drunk to finish the Twilight Marathon. Maybe we should... Okay. Should we finish the Twilight Marathon in... I feel like November's a very Twilighty month. maybe November, we restart it. We run it back. Maybe not as much drinking this time, but maybe every weekend in November we try and meet for a Twilight movie. But there is 5. We'll do a double feature of the Breaking Dawns, maybe. Let's think about it. Let's workshop it. We have a few months. Yeah, it was definitely lore we didn't need, but somehow we've ended up with, unfortunately. Oh, true. Let's do it for your birthday. Let's do it. However, Jacob fans will be blocked at the door. There's a bias. There's a bias. Oh, yeah. In fact, yeah, I forgot. It's Obligation Sex Baby Month. November's stacked with birthdays. Yeah, you didn't need a life. It's fine. It's fine. It's all right. I forgot that we were in Vietnam as well. Oh my god. We still have like 2 people to find as well, so we get to cut about the hotel for ages. This is great. This is great news, actually. This is great news. Do you remember that, Melissa? It was like you, me, and Cleo last men stand in the chat. That was awful. It was awful. It was awful. You arrived early? Do you still... Do you identify with the month of November? We were actually speaking about this today because one of the girls at work had really exciting news that she's having a little baby. So we've got 2 babies in the team at the minute. And we were trying to work out their Chinese zodiac and their star signs, because of course that is the first thing we do when we hear of baby news. And I honestly started believing more in Chinese zodiac than regular zodiac, because when people tell me about the Chinese zodiac, I'm like, yeah, that actually checks out. That actually makes sense. You don't know about a month? That's a shame. That's a shame. Nice PR answer, Emily. Nice PR answer. Whatever. Couldn't be me. I love August. August is literally the best month ever. What's the difference? Zodiac is more stars and astrological, and Chinese zodiac is, I would assume, based on a lot of kind of Chinese stories and culture and like we were talking about the fact that next year's the year of the goat, which is actually a very, very unlucky year to be born in. And one of my friends who is half Chinese was telling us that a lot of Chinese people actually actively try not to have babies in the year of the goat. So I was like, oh, that's a good conversation to have. Who, you know, when all babies coming in January on the year of the goat. I'm sure your baby will be fine, because basically, from what I learned today, the goat is seen as the year of hardship. So if you're born in the year of the goat, you're going to have a hard life. Which kind of sucks that you're destined from birth to have a freaking hard life. Yeah, it's all the animals. Well, it's not just an animal, you also have an element. So the element also matters to your personality. So you'll be like a something dragon. So my friend Erica is a metal dragon, and I thought that's badass as fuck. I think this year, because one of my other friends is giving birth this year, her baby will be a fire horse. Class. That's also metal as fuck. Me, I'm an earth rabbit. And everyone's like, that makes so much sense for you. You are an earth rabbit. You are just whimsy. And you radiate rabbit vibes. And I was like, I'll take that. I'll take that. A fire pig. Wait, that's so cute. A water horse. Is that not a movie? I feel like Water Horse is a movie. Is it? Am I making that up? Potentially. I've been spreading a lot of misinformation today, to be fair. Not even... Maybe it's Warhorse? Probably is Warhorse. Some of the letters are in that. That would make sense. Warhorse is a sad film. Do not watch it. I used to never cry at movies. That and Marley and Me are the 2 films that broke me, and ever since then, I cry all the time. Would you believe there was a phase in my life I would just sit like this through sad scenes? Metal Dragon, you're the same as my friends. Metal Dragon's pretty badass. Hey, Nay, what's your Chinese zodiac? Say it immediately. Say it immediately. Don't be sorry. Come in and out whenever you guys like. Never apologize. I'm just here. I'm just here. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Oh god, there's a lot of fires. There are a lot of fires in here. I don't know how I feel about that. Sky'll put you all out. Sky'll put you all out. That's so exciting, that you're just making wood and stuff. Oh my god. I feel like every time I open... I'm at that age now where every time I open anything, it's an engagement, a pregnancy, a wedding, or someone's died. And it's like, oh, this is exciting. Oh, you're a fire sign for zodiac. Well, that's like my zodiac is... So out of my... What is it, like... Big freaking... Like... 6... 5 out of 6 of my signs are fire. And death is an Aries, the ram. Fire. Mumshi is an Aries, the ram. Fire. So some might say I was destined until the Chinese zodiac to be a fire sign. Astrology-wise, destined. Chinese zodiac. I'm a little earth baby. Yay, Melissa! Earth gang. A lot of dragons as well. That's fun. Oh. Oh, Max. Oh. You're the pig as well, Emily. Let's go. That's so exciting. Piggies are cute. I love little piggy. But yeah, that was basically our thing today was, what are the babies going to be? What's the historical, like, what does it mean to be born in the year of the whatever? And then I started looking up future years so I'm prepped and ready for when people give birth again. So if anyone's pregnant next year, well, you might still be the goat. So don't get pregnant next year, anyone in chat. No, leave next year out. The year after, year of the rooster. The year after, the dog. So give it 2 years and then you guys can start having babies. Have little babies in 2 years' time. Hello, Miller Spadeller. How's the sheep? You'll not get pregnant. Thank you. If that's one thing you guys can promise to me today, don't get pregnant. Don't get birth next year is what I'll say to you guys. You can get pregnant next year as long as it is born in 2028. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for the 5-stream streak. Wouldn't you like to know? I actually would like to know, Miller. You come in with some attitude recently. Got some attitude problems. If you're a fire, it should be like the year you're born is also associated with an element. Yeah, no gremlins. You'll not be getting pregnant next year. Okay, no money left. That's good too. No pregnancies next year, please. You don't have the facilities. Do you know what? For next year, thank goodness. We don't want no goat babies. Okay, Miller. Okay, Mr. Attitude. Keep an eye on him tonight, guys. He's going to be a little white. He's gunning for that cheekiest of the month. 3 months in a row. He is gunning for it. So, put him out. You know, a little fire there. Put him out. You're a duck. Congrats. Congrats. Finalist of the years. Yeah, there's so many. But you get like little cards. Like little... Don't know how accurate it is, to be fair. Hold on, please. Hold on, please. So you get like little ones of these. And it'll like tell you everything. So apparently my career choices... Okay, so the Earth Rabbits were born 1939 to 1940 and 1999 to early 2000. And my career choices can be a diplomat, an accountant, or an antique dealer. I want to be an antique dealer. No, it's goats. I was speaking, honestly, we went crazy today. We actually did work, by the way. We actually did work. But goats have hardship. And this was verified, okay? Not to pull the, I have a Chinese friend, but she was verifying everything. So she was telling us today that Chinese people actively plan not to have babies around the year of the goat because it's the goat and the horse are the unluckiest. And the goat specifically means years of hardship. So, well, yeah, no kids this year. But a fire horse is kind of metal, so I'll let it go. But goats, we don't want no goats. Just natural talent. Oh, here we go. My characteristics, I'm not reading the first one out because Miller will shout at me. He will start being snarky. In fact, I'm not reading any of these out because he's just going to disagree with them all. My secret friend is the dog. So if you're a dog, what's up? My allies are the sheep and the boar. And famous rabbits are Tommy Hilfiger, Drew Barrymore, Tina Turner, Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, Mike Myers, and Albert Einstein. So we've got quite the... And Bum and Sanchi. So, we have a good group, let me tell you. No worries, Ray. CEO, fashion designer, or actor? Okay. Yeah, Luther Vandross. There's a little... Listen... We went kind of all over the place there. No, a horse is a good one, and B, surely it's not. But I just like the idea of being a horse. But apparently, yeah, you will also face hardship. Architect, counselor, and diplomat. I did get diplomat as well, but I think I want to be an antique dealer. I think that suits me more. Martin Luther King? Oh my god. That's a good one to have. That's a good one to have. I think my favourite's Whitney Houston. It goes, see, it's crazy. Oh, wait, Albert Einstein I should probably give more flowers to. He was kind of the goat. But at the same time, I'm Scottish, and Scottish people literally invented everything worthwhile in the world, so I feel like I don't have to back Einstein in this specific instance. Shirley Temple. Oh my, you need to drink exclusively Shirley Temples now. We actually did a little bit. Lee Evans? I have not heard that name in years. Lee Evans? Is he still going? Jesus, that man was everywhere in comedy. I actually felt like him today. I was sweating to all higher powers. Because the Commonwealth Games is on in Glasgow and the town is just crawling. Because the schools are off, it's either we kids or it's crawling with people going to the games. Did I walk past any of them today? Team Australia. I walked past someone from Team Australia. That was yesterday was Team Jersey, today Team Australia. So I'm really getting around the globe at this point. So I'm just getting comfy because Courtney Cox is a great one. Right, I'm going to set up Bond. I will leave you guys with a drop game and sharing your Chinese zodiacs, and I'll be back in a second, okay? Behave for once. At least try, you know? I'm kind of over that song, the World Cup. Kind of ruined that for me a little bit, just hearing it constantly. Not for me. Okay. Your famous people list is Alan Sugar, Brian Adams, is it Dido? I think it's Dido. Amy Winehouse, Elton John, Alice Cooper, and Big Arnie? Okay. Alan Sugar's a huge L though. A huge, like colossally huge L is the only thing. But the rest, you know, is pretty solid. Pretty solid. Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper, man. I think I've seen all Nolan. Oh wait, which ones have you watched? Did you log on Letterboxd? I actually haven't been on Letterboxd today. My bad. Yeah, I think I've seen all of Nolan's films. Right. Are we ready to start playing? Are we ready, guys? You left a great... hold on. Let's see his review before we start. Odds on what he said. Let's see here. Oh, okay. A 4.5? Okay. Brilliant. 10 out of 10 review. All caps as well. I like the all caps. I'm really enjoying the all caps quoting. It's great. I'm gonna gatekeep the review actually. It's so great. You'll just have to watch out for Miller's Letterboxd at some point in time. When he overtakes Vesey as the resident movie watcher. Right. 007. There we go. Let's do this. How are we 35 minutes into this shoot? Like, how does that happen? I don't get it. How's it 35 minutes in? FML. .007 time. Back to the 10-star resort. All-inclusive. Cocktails by the pool. While doing some healthy stalking. Do you know what? Actually, we probably should redeem Yapshi. I think Yapshi should be reserved for if we go over 30 minutes of yapping, and we really did. We really did. No, honestly, Zodiacs are really... It's a really good conversation starter as well. You ever feel awkward? What's your Zodiac? What's your Zodiac? I also feel like Miller has now mentioned Christopher Nolan just to get the movies and TV discussion for his bingo. Because I know how that guy works. And I'm starting to think that he played us like a fiddle there. Sorry, let's just clear all these before we go in. Perfect. Just shout at the mods for any James Bond happenings. My bingo card is so good tonight, by the way. It's actually unreal. You guys might be screwed. Who's first in the league? Salvik's first by a mile on the leaderboard. And then Davian. Which, by the way, kind of poor form because Davian's not here that often and none of us have beat him yet. Shocking. Then me. Then Miller's hot in my tail. And then Lily. So we've got some good games ahead of us tonight. Max, you never know. They might be friendly. Not a single one? Oh my god, you're cooked. Might have to get another card. Okay, here we go. Back in Nam. The longest wire ever for this controller. It just gets tied around everything. Okay, we're leaving Ellis because I actually can't spend another moment around him.
Commercial flight to Halong Bay. Tickets were booked under aliases. It's a 4-hour journey.
It's so pretty.
Find and bug the rest of our targets.
It's so it doesn't run out of charge while I'm streaming. Right, I feel like we got a hint. So, did we not? Maybe not. I thought we got... Oh, look at us. Salvik would be freaking out right now if he was here. Oh, I thought we got some info on her. Okay. However, a new opportunity arises. I need to, because this is PlayStation. So I gotta do controller.
Don't suppose you want to go with me? To the party, I mean.
I can't. Working late, and I'm trying to get the Emperor Villa ready for Miss Loca. She's over at the Serenity Space waiting on
Easy.
us to finish up.
Serenity
No
Space.
problem.
Sounds like a fancy name for
Can
the
blame a
bathroom.
guy for
Let's
trying.
hope not.
And I appreciate it.
Anyway, it's
Just not
in the
tonight,
center of the resort.
but
Okay, we can do that.
perhaps another time.
Surely we pass another stealth mission tonight, right? Surely. I know if he lost the shirt, but then I think it would kind of give me the ick seeing him in a vest tucked into his shorts. Like his vest tucked into his shorts only works because he's got that shirt on. So I feel like I get really icked out fast. Yeah, if he loses the vest as well, we can renegotiate a little bit for sure. I quite like a controller. I feel like my hand cramps up too much on a keyboard. So I'm saving my future self a little bit. Hi Sam! You like this shirt? I know. It's gone down a treat in here, to be fair. In fact, that is actually a bingo. We've all, within, I'd say 2 minutes, flirted with Bond. Like instantly flirted with Bond. So do you know what? We'll take that. We'll take that. Oh no, Black Flag would be insane on keyboard. Not literally, Sam. That's what I'm saying. How are you doing though? How was your Tuesday?
That's her, Teresa Lorca. What's your plan?
Get close and apply it on her skin.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Mr. Smythe. but
Okay,
the
how can we
Serenity
get
Space
close?
is full at the moment. I can have someone fetch you as soon as the spot becomes available.
I'll come back later.
Of course. What was that? Can't I just get one easy shift? I think that's it.
Pain.
That'll do. Just fight our way in with our watch. There's all your watch ones. Don't say I'm not kind to you guys, by the way. Oh, Sky. Nice, Sam. Oh. Look away, chat. Be kind to her. Even though she's very sexy.
You
very
again?
sexy.
Genomic analysis of Bacter and its role in alginate biosynthesis.
Yeah, I'm in genetics. It's boring science stuff, Mr.
Oh, names now. John.
Teresa.
I like boring science stuff. Try me.
I'm gonna,
Okay,
you know.
You asked for it.
Sit nice. Sit in your hands.
Algae are inherently more efficient at carbon removal than terrestrial plants. Their entire surface is dedicated to the act of photosynthesis.
They absorb as much carbon as all the plants and trees on land combined.
Where are you guys like? I'm
Someone was paying
I'm
attention
gonna
in
have to
my
do
own
this.
class.
Okay, I'm gonna have to start doing this.
Only to the part
So you guys can actually behave for once.
So, there's this particular strain of algae.
What do you mean,
called
no?
Chlorella vulgaris that absorbs more CO2 than any other plant on the planet. That's why I'm here at the convention. To
Come
secure
on, we've gotta
funding for
respect
this
her a little bit.
super strain I'm developing, which will be our most potent.
My
weapon
vertical
against climate
streams
change.
record has just went up
Potentially.
suddenly. What's that about?
That's simple.
What's that about? Because I can't move the camera down there.
Quite simple.
You guys are a bunch of gunners, I swear.
How about another?
The Emperor Villa is ready for you, boss.
You got me there.
They've got a habit of doing that, haven't they?
I didn't listen to a word
Perhaps
of that.
Another time?
I'll hold you to it.
I should hope so.
You guys weren't paying attention. I didn't listen to a
Your
word.
alarm's on.
All right, Romeo, snap out of it.
We're cooked.
I do like a woman who experiments.
Jesus, James. Really?
Because she's a scientist.
Your new lady friend, Teresa Lorca, now tracked in the system.
Now, time to find
That's
out.
all I got as well, Max. What mission are we on? Locating Ramon. Yoga. Okay, we can do some yoga.
You know what? The more I think about it,
What's this game?
I don't think it's a good idea.
Shocking.
To open the door of the hung villa and ask for a meeting with Hernandez. He might not see it like I do. Good point.
Okay.
Bingo. Ramon's in the hung villa.
The what
I
villa?
do have eyes and ears too.
The hung villa.
Ramon's villa's on the same side of the resort as yours.
Perfect. So we're going to the hung villa. James Bond is going to the hung villa. Likely place for him to be.
Private security. Could be Ramon's place.
Just thinking that myself.
Just move on. Just move on. It's fine.
Something I can do for you?
Please, just do something.
Good afternoon. I'm here to see Mr. Hernandez.
He's busy.
And it's important.
So is his yoga
It's fair,
appointment.
Sam.
Which is exactly why I'm here.
Where's the one from yesterday?
He quit. He got bent out of shape over something.
He took Mr. Hernandez's blue yoga mat after their session. He won't do yoga without it.
I'll go and fetch it and be right back. The sooner we can get Mr. Hernandez feeling sensational, the better.
Oh my god. TTS said, I'm not even reading your guys' shit out anymore. I'm over it. I'm on vacation. Do you know, but it's
Need to
true
get my hands on that
though.
mat. We'll find another way in.
Scams.
The yoga center is inside the Tranquility Cave.
Got it. On my way.
Also, did I poison dart anyone there? Just out of curiosity, did I poison dart? If anyone can remember what these things mean. I used a lot. In fact, we can just check. Dart phone is... Yeah, one of the guards. I think I did, right? Can't remember.
Yes. We should enjoy it while it lasts. We've still got
You do that? Miller, you do that all the time? You're still at the put. Okay, so no one was paying attention. That's crazy.
That's the thing though, it's got to be now. Maybe
That's
it'll be too late.
crazy. The only reason I was asking was maybe because I'm just better. I really am just better. Told you I had a really good card tonight. I had a really good card. It's not hacks, it's not cheats, for real. Honestly, I just got a banger card. I think I actually did use a voice. Guys, please. I'm not a scam artist. I would... Ooh! Look at this. Should we just go on a little tour? Ignore what we have to do. Just cut about. Imagine that was your morning yoga spot. Are you kidding? I've not had a drink. I think we're doing yoga down here. Oh, this is an even better spot.
Whoa. You might want to take a look at that stress aura around you.
Batman, 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 Batman. There you go, Sky. This is gorgeous. Tranquility Cave.
You know what I mean? I feel really uncomfortable around all
This
that
is
thing.
very interesting. I don't know if I like this. It's kind of weird.
Do you know what happened to Hernandez's yoga mat?
One more winner, then we end it.
The garish bright blue one. He's insisting I bring it, but Kung took the session yesterday at the Hong Villa, and I can't seem to get hold of him. Story true?
The gang all won it. The gang all won it. That's incredible. Okay, no, right. Our cards must have been absolutely unreal there. Let's restart. That was the quickest round of bingo ever. Okay, restart. Anything that happens from now on will be called. Nothing that has happened before can be called. Oh yeah, I know. I was 2 off a double bingo as well. Okay, new cards. Get your new cards. That was so funny. Well done, gang.
The party? Yes, I'm working. I'll see you there.
Excellent news. This is creepy. Does no one else think that? I don't think I'd like to come here by myself. Oh, I don't have any little bits and bobs. Oh.
Hey, look!
Oh, Vesey. What do you mean he's not distracted? He's literally doing yoga. Okay. Let's go get some tools, some supplies. Should we ban Vesey for that? I feel like we should ban Vesey for that or lobotomize him. I'll leave it down to you guys. Chat is very much in control of people's lives now. I grant you guys permission. Is there anything? I swear I haven't seen anything to pick up. Oh, I've got this.
Oh!
A lobotomy? Good idea. I like that. Thank you, Lily. Executive order. I honestly think I could use a lobotomy as well. But then I think of what a lobotomy actually is and it creeps me out too much. You know? Do you guys ever go through that phase as well? Right. Oh. Oh, I don't really want to be going up behind him like this. I can't use them on him? Really? I don't have enough, maybe? You need one at this point? Honestly, same. Oh my god, they were right here this entire time. We might actually be freaking dumb. Yeah, sneezing during a lobotomy might not be the best move. You suck up to Vesey so much, Miller.
Trust me, I need
So
more than
much.
you do.
What is this about? Do you just want to be letterbox mutuals? Is that what it is? Just ask him. Just ask him. It's okay. He's not scary. You guys go way back. I see. I see. I'm sure. I can switch the cave music. Let's do it. That's much better for the cave.
What are you up to?
Improvising yet another role.
James,
Oh,
you there?
they're freaking out.
Have some info on Hernandez.
They're freaking out.
From what I can see, there's been multiple attempts on his life. He's not one to back down, and clearly he doesn't give a damn who he pisses off.
Oh.
I like him already.
Oh, that's perfect, Vesey. I actually, do you know what? I like that. I take back what I said, because that's a really nice stream streak to have. What are you saying?
Wouldn't know where I can find the Tranquility Cave by any chance.
Dude, we were just there. Why are we asking for the Tranquility Cave? Oh! I get it now. It's that meme that everyone freaked out about.
I think.
Everyone freaked out about this guy. What was his name again? Yeah. That's it. I was wondering when he was going to appear. Okay, 70s. We can handle 70s. I still can't get over how stunning this is. Okay, 60s. Not bad. We're getting there. I wish we could go in the pool.
Yoga candy dead ahead.
Oh.
No need to ask me twice to do a downward dog.
Leave the man candy alone, Babs. This is not that kind of place.
It's what
Same!
I'm paying enough for it.
Ladies?
That's literally all of us. That is so funny. Okay, I feel less creepy now.
I'm here for Mr. Hernandez's yoga.
Go on.
There's a new
Nice
one.
work.
I know. Let's go find Ramon.
I haven't, Vesey. Are they gonna stop me or can I bluff my way through this?
How about a discount? I'll show you how to shoot a gun.
Guns don't really align with my spiritual values.
Unbelievable. Pink sky.
Okay, so he's kind of got the same gaff as me. I'm not that jealous then. Oh, Lily. Not good.
The man is a little
Might listen to it on a break, Vesey.
That's polite. I
Yesterday he sent everyone for massages.
Do you think I can
Spy cracked him
jump
back
up
then,
anywhere? There must be somewhere I can jump up. Unless
All right, I'll bring you a souvenir.
we can walk straight through the door. How about that, eh? Hey, Ramon.
Ramon Hernandez?
Don't you move.
Please! Who the hell are you?
Now relax. I'm not here to cause trouble.
That's him, James.
Keep your hands where we can see them.
Not so sure this was a
Too
good
innocent,
idea.
Sky.
You better have a good reason to be here.
I'm with MI6. We believe your life is in danger.
Wrong. It's your life that's in danger.
Sorry?
Help me out, Moneypenny.
Mine.
Whoever you're talking to,
Agua
say your
Verde.
goodbyes.
Tell him we know about Agua Verde.
Agua Verde. We know about your connection to Agua Verde.
Stand down. You have 30 seconds.
I'll take
The
30
terrorist
seconds.
Caliban. We think you're his next target.
I'm always somebody's next target.
Yeah, Uno reverse that shit.
A phone call would have sufficed, Mr.
Call me James. And it wouldn't have because I wouldn't have been able to give you this. Swallow it. Allows us to track you and your vitals for 24 hours.
And after 24 hours?
You piss it out, I stop the bad guys, and we all go home.
Give it here.
Would you trust that? Would you actually trust
Now,
that?
if you'll excuse me, I need a cigarette to calm my nerves.
Right, Max, that might be the worst one yet.
Mi casa es su casa, James.
Honestly. Do you not want your yoga mat?
Con Dios, James.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
You at the festivities tonight?
Wouldn't miss it for the world. By the way,
This guy.
this yoga mat is yours.
Gracias, James.
I've got nothing else to say. Like, how do we continue from this point? How do we? We're literally not even an hour in yet. It's getting bad out here.
You forgot your gear.
Don't
Yoga
worry.
life's not working out. Too much of a stretch.
All Q-Treks alive. Lorca, Hernandez, and White all present and
I
accounted
don't want to
for.
stop walking
Money,
about.
Penny. Where are Damien and his men now?
On the ground at Halong Bay. I'm tracking 2 SUVs that met his group at the airport. They're about a 3.5-hour drive out from you. That means you have 3.5 hours to prepare.
Perfect.
But I want to
I've got
chill.
some time to kill.
Oh, perfect. One last thing.
It's vulgar if you ask me.
What could we be doing? I wonder. If they give us a pool scene and Salvik's not here, I think they're gonna. Oh no, we get to chill in a sunbed. I mean, still. God, I know we said it like 42 times last night, but how unbelievable would that view be? Oh, how much money would you have to pay? Just chilling.
Yes, sir.
Cocktail, please. Surprise me.
James,
We got the answer. It's all inclusive.
Taking a moment.
are you serious? Damien's en route. We need to be ready.
So I'm
Who says
chilling.
I'm not.
Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be?
This is great.
Ramon took that Q track pretty quickly. What did you have on him?
It'd be
Agua
great,
Verde
Max.
was a waste recycling outfit caught dumping pollutants into South American rivers 20 years ago. Poisoned hundreds of residents. His younger brother Raul set up the deal. Thought he was making a difference. Ramon spent millions compensating the family's medical care and expenses over the last 2 decades.
Jesus.
Shit.
If Damien's gonna copy Caliban, how are they gonna explain the dead body in the Mexican landfill?
The corpse was taken to a morgue in Sinaloa for autopsy. There were reports of a fire that same night. The fire chief's report from the station said it was just a fault with the alarm system.
Damien,
Very likely he sent a cleanup crew in to cover up their tracks.
Okay, just quickly before we get into it, we have some, well, obviously, we've got some freebies to do in the bingo. Got some freebies to do. Did I get quoted? No, I got quoted after, I think. VIP in chat, Miller's here. Sky's here. Max and Sky are here. And Megan's here. Okay. I think... Is that us for now? Oh no, we flirted with Bond. Ovi. Chat flirted. I flirted.
Oh, hello there!
Emily just gave you guys a free one with a personal entrance sound. Okay. Oh my god, I've got 3. You guys are flumped tonight. My cards have been great. Maybe it is a scam. Maybe it is. Oh, I just
Funny, Penny, I never
hydrated.
get the chance to ask. How are you holding up?
Christ. Okay, let's see. Bright is gunning for M's head. The 00 program is on the verge of being shuttered for the 2nd time. And, oh yes, almost forgot.
They give you a free
email
one.
terrorists, according to Sir Nicholas Webb. Other than that, I'm peachy. Right, since we're sharing, let's do you. How are you doing?
I mean, can't complain.
Waiting for my cocktail.
Here you go.
I don't know if
we
should trust
talking
this.
chunk. The perfect infusion of heritage and creativity.
Sounds
What if someone spiked us?
Chin money, Penny.
James, something's wrong. It's Lorca. I think she's in trouble.
Okay.
Her heart rate's spiking and her oxygen levels are falling
Okay.
through the floor.
Okay.
Get to her suite. Now.
On the way.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do one of those like full body scan things that just tells you everything that's wrong with you, everything that has the potential to be wrong with you.
Move faster.
I really want to do that, but it's so expensive.
35 now. Something's really wrong, James.
No shit.
Hey!
Is she
I'm
dead?
almost there.
Sir, slow down.
Is she dying?
Maybe there's some sort of an emergency.
I'm sure everything's fine.
Locked.
Up there.
Yeah, good point. Don't know why we didn't think of that first.
Lorca.
Oh.
Oh, she's...
Oh.
Fine.
She certainly is.
Whew, that was close. Oh. Behave, chat. Behave. 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 Be normal.
Drinking alone was never my forte.
Well, I didn't realize you were this thirsty.
I see why it's Jack's favourite chapter now.
Parched, actually.
I see.
You were free diving.
Yeah, being a marine biologist comes in handy.
I suppose it does.
What's your number?
Oh, are you getting me right now?
6 at the moment.
6. Very impressive.
People think it's all about the lungs, but it's all in the mind.
A mistake easily made.
So what can I get you? You seem the kind of guy who knows what he likes. So let me guess, you don't like it too sweet. You don't like it too complicated. You like it straight up.
Okay, I see what Jack was talking about.
I've been known to experiment.
Oh, my meta glasses! Oh.
Audio. James. Still on.
Oh.
Tea time.
Yeah, go grab yourself a tea. Go grab yourself a tea. Oh, getting all hot and bothered. Oh, Max, I hate it. I hate it. Do you want fair play? Go us. Go us. Getting some on holiday. Look at it. Oh my god.
Feels a bit tight. You sure Q got the measurements right?
I'll be the judge of that.
God, now he's hot as fuck.
Let me see.
This is the best game ever. Game of the year. Sorry, Resi. The glasses too.
Oh, very dapper. Give us 12.
Piss off.
Aren't you missing something? The bow tie?
We got a little bow tie too. Little dicky bow.
I don't suppose Q included instructions.
Men have never looked better than this.
How on earth did you make it through boarding school without tying one?
It's complicated.
Shall I get Q on the line?
Wow.
Please do.
Wow. Sorry, I've got no thoughts, just wow.
Help me out here, would you?
Relax, Bond. It's a bow tie, not C4.
Yeah, how do you actually do a bow tie?
Make one end ever so slightly longer than the other.
You people and your vague measurements.
Pay attention, please.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. There we go.
There we are. Now, we're off to the races.
It would appear so.
Now, fold the short end to create our first bow shape. After that, drape the longer end over the center, nice, clean and even, please.
You know, I've disarmed
There's
bombs
a
less complicated than
bow tie mini game. Incredible. Game of the year.
Now you're getting it.
Oh, look at you. Saving the world, one wardrobe malfunction at a time.
Now the second bow. Fold that longer end to mirror the first. You'll see a small loop forming behind the front bow. Take the folded end, push it through the loop. Steady now. Don't panic.
Here we go. I got to lock in again, guys.
Just a growing sense of humiliation. Listen, if anyone asks, I was never trained for this.
Our lips are sealed. Right, Moneypenny?
Absolutely. Sealed shut.
Incredible.
Rooting for you here, James.
Excellent.
True, Megan, actually. Looks too complicated. Fuck that.
Almost there. Gently pull the folded parts on both sides to tighten.
Smashed it.
Once you do that, tug the loose ends to even it out. We're aiming for slight asymmetry here, more character. Looks less like a cheap clip-on.
Which would have been easier, by the way.
I know,
Lastly,
literally.
ensure the knot is nice and firm, and that's it. You're done.
This has been the best stream ever.
Stressful.
Also, I'm gonna pause here because I need to pee. I need to pee. I'm also gonna go into Jack's stream and say, by the way, I get what you mean now. So also, hold on, where is he? He's somewhere on this little list. Jack. Shout out Jack. He is streaming just now, but I'm gonna go into his chat and say, hey, I get it now. BRB and ads will be starting for people who are not subbed, and we will reconvene. Go cool down, actually. Go cool down. Go hydrate and go cool down. I'll see you guys soon. Well done, Max. That's another bingo wingo. Hell yeah. Also, have I got anything? Let me check my card. No. Whatever. Okay, I hope you've all cooled down. Rehydrated perchance. You're about to get another bingo. Spoilers. Another bingo. Okay, time to lock in for real, guys. None of this pissing about. A tiny. Jesus, Lord in heaven. Jesus, Lord in heaven. That's what Emily's alert was like, actually. Oh, Jesus, Eureka, the night. Careful. Oh, the ad breaks now. Sorry, guys. Timed that badly. We're just making sure you guys are still with us. Was that nice? Hey, thank you, Emily. Thank yours. I'm getting crazy ASMR with him chewing like that in my ear. Alright. Should we be leaving our MI6 stuff about? Unsure. Little Coca-Cola. Gorge. Need a drink probably for tonight, to be fair.
Alright. Let's get to it.
Okay. Anything is possible with a little drink, you know? Just even one. Take the edge off. It's a saying for a reason. Drink responsibly. Have you had any more blue wine, Emily? Since last we spoke.
What's your game plan?
Fine dining and expensive champagne.
Be serious. Damien and his men are on their way.
We've got this. Once I'm in the restaurant, we'll get
Once
eyes
you're
on
done
Lamar and
yapping.
Ellis. You keep tabs on their movements, and I'll watch over Lorca for the evening.
I didn't even consider how pretty this would be at night. There is something about beach resorts that just at night are somehow even more gorgeous. Like, you lose the view, sure, but look, I can smell that. It feels amazing. Anyway, little beach holiday. I'm missing her. I'm missing her. Little fireflies too. I'd love to go to a place like Vietnam or something, but I honestly don't think I could hack the flight. I'd have to save up for business class, and that is just not in my tax bracket at all. Wow.
That's odd. Lorca, her heart rate is...
Mr. Body's here, gentlemen. I feel safer already.
Good.
Still a bit sore, are we?
He'll be fine. Isn't that right, Pablo? Yes, sir.
James, I think you need to get to the Emperor Villa. Now.
Ramon? Gents?
Fine. It's so swanky up there, though.
You know, they
What's got
say
you
this
spooked?
island.
Lorca's heart rate's through the roof.
Different how?
Listen, she's not alone. Ellis White is with her.
No.
You don't think...
No, I don't. Something's wrong. Damien's SUV, where
I'll
is it?
kill him.
Hang on.
Could I walk? Could I act bothered, James? Is this the top speed we can go at right now? Really? The music suggests...
Come on,
I can't even
Where
speak.
is he? Where's Damien?
1 second.
I think I should be running.
Looks like they've stopped. Pulling up nearby CCTV to get a better look. Shit.
Just
It's
a
not
light
Damien.
stroll.
I've been tracking the wrong SUVs.
No, thank you.
It's quiet.
Do I need to
Too
hop off
quiet.
again?
Damien's?
That's
Yeah.
not good. That's really not
Be
good.
careful, James.
Anyway, the white paint's here. I know where to go.
Let's continue this way.
Let me finish my ciggy.
Stealth time, gamers.
Be quick about it.
They're everywhere.
Huh? What was that?
Are we counting that? Surely we can count that.
Baz, you there? Stop mucking about. You can come out now. I promise not to hurt you.
I understand it was telling me to use a suppressed gun, but I just wanted to kill that guy.
Any ideas?
Got the blueprints of the villa in front of me.
Anyway.
It looks like... Yes, there's a way in through the roof.
Excellent. This feels like Black Flag now. Gorgeous. I've been waiting for a little stealth pistol. That's making my life so much easier. I'll probably still find a way to alert absolutely everyone, but until that point, let's have some fun. You know? Oh god, there's two there. Mummy I honestly have fallen off all the Mummy movies, so I should probably catch up. This is a good excuse. He posted an Instagram story today that was like the most normal looking celebrity photo I've ever seen. It was a little mirror pic. I can't explain it other than that, but genuinely the most normal I've ever seen a celebrity look in my life. You'd have to go into it to see it. I can't remember his name though. It's Michael something. Oh, there's like actual Halo people up there. See them. Oh, FML. Okay. Shall we keep... I feel like we should keep going around this way. Oh my god, that was insanely risky from us. Oh my god. We're doing well. Okay, I was wondering where everyone was. Is that how easy stealth usually is? Are we dumb?
Hello, what's this? What's the American doing here?
Came round looking for a booty call. Didn't go the way he'd hoped.
He doesn't fit the narrative. The real
Oh my god, the
Caliban never
dress.
allowed for collateral damage.
Nobody's perfect.
How many times? My father is adamant
My
that the validity
father?
of Faye's conclusion is not questioned. Are you dumb? Look at me. Are you an idiot?
Maybe. Why do you ask?
You make him disappear. All right? The boys in ops will patch up the loose ends.
So I gotta save Ellis. Oh. I'd rather not, honestly.
And Nico, bring Loki to the side. I think it's time we set things in motion.
Tell me you got that.
No, I got it all right.
Will it be enough?
It'll have to be. Now go get the girl.
Not yet.
I knew,
I'll kill
yeah.
Ellis.
You can't save them all, James.
I can try.
I can sure as hell try.
I've been too good at playing this game.
Need to find Ellis.
License to kill.
Found him. He's on the lower floor. Watch your step,
Of course he is.
It's a full house down there.
Good. I like those odds.
Is anyone else in the house? Don't think so. I was gonna say, I can't tell if that's glass or not. Like, I can't tell which ones are, if any are open, so I'm just not gonna risk it. Okay. How do we want to play this? I think our stealthing ends here, gamers, to be honest. We had a good run. Oh. Okay, so this one's open. That stupid big red light, that makes sense. So wait for him to come back over. Jump on him. Because our odds are looking a little helpless down there. Come on. Come here. Come here. Can I just say as well, I don't think guns, like anyone owning a gun is not attractive, but there's something about... Are you kidding? I got so distracted by my own thoughts. There's something about when the main character is wearing a suit and he's got guns attached to him that's just so hot in media. Like, I don't know why. Because in real life, I'd find that so stinky disgusting. But in media, you're hot. You're actually the hottest person I've ever seen. I just wanted you guys to know that. Ooh! Oh, God. Okay. Oh, the loo. Perfect. Shutter controller. Oh. Okay. This is good, I think. Surely we can hurl ourselves off that. Maybe not that part. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's something really hot about it. I don't know what. Okay, I can't jump off the roof. That is a shame. Problem is, when I open this up, these two Dumb and Dumber are going to be here.
Hell of a view.
Yeah. Things always look better from a distance.
Threat spotted! It's him!
Oh my God. Situation contained? Okay, we'll take that. Just breathe, guys. Just breathe. Accidentally alerts enemies, though. Quick. I don't think I streamed on the 1st of the 10th, 2025. That's so crazy. Fake news. Fake news.
For a second there, I thought Damien was going to put one between Will's eyes.
Yeah, me too. He should know better than that. Never question that man.
Lucky bastard. I'm going to go do a sweep of the floor. Copy that. I'm going to sweep up here.
No, you're not. Stealth stresses me out too much. Why is there this many enemies? Okay, they're dumb. They don't like this guy. They cannot like this guy. Because why have they not noticed? Try bonding with them? I can't even shout out the silly joke. He's gonna notice. Yeah, we're gonna get caught here anyway. What can you do?
Visual on target.
Situation contained? Okay, well we're already kind of doing better than we usually do, which is weird. Okay, chill. Take it easy. Relax. The toilet's gotta have some stuff for me, surely. Right? Yes! Perfect. I'll take that. Should probably... Okay, that just leads back... Oh. Just as well it led back round. Okay, we're getting there. My bullets are... I have more bullets. Okay. Slow and steady, gamers. Slow and steady. Okay, I'm heading in here.
Move to the next floor. You need to get downstairs.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
Shortcut to the basement there.
I see it.
I'll take that. That's perfect. Again, should probably scan through the doors before I go through them. Uh-oh. Only kick down that door. Is there a better way in there, or I could sabotage it. There's no point. Okay.
Knock, knock. My eyes. God damn.
I missed a headshot, by the way, mods, and I accidentally alerted people. For any mods out there.
Over. This is Indigo 1. Moving target into position now. Over.
Thank you. Dude!
What the hell are you doing, Smythe? You with them? Put the bottle down. I just saved your life. What the hell have you done with Teresa?
No, mate.
That's for wasting a perfectly good bottle of wine.
That's all it took.
James, Lord is on the move. Location marked on your Q lens.
Don't fuck with me and my wine. Wow. Can we pause for a second? Look at this. I can't judge the sunglasses because I too act like sunglasses need to be surgically removed after a hot day.
More target practice.
How thoughtful of them.
Well, there is a lot, to be fair. On holiday, I sometimes do. I got nothing against it. Because I love sunglasses. I would actually wear them all the time if I could. A silenced SMG? Well, now we're talking. God, it makes sense they had to put us through this lovely, tranquil place and then make it all go tits up. I'm just gonna go crazy now. Probably shouldn't have, actually. They've all got kind of crazy armor. Any more? Any more for any more? What's this? Just bullets? Excellent. Oh god, I didn't even see them. I was too busy trying to pick up my guns. Hey, Salvik.
Thank you.
You missed a really hot moment, Salvik. Bond had some sexy times with a, you know, he was getting down and dirty, and now he's all suited and booted, and he looks unreal. Hold on. Pause for Salvik.
Kind of scary how good you are at this.
Everybody's got.
Wait, actually. Oh, it's still, he's still in his outfit there. I thought it might change to his. Anyway.
On our side.
There you go. Look at us. We look gorgeous. How are you, Salvik? How's your Tuesday? Did you have a good day? Are you having a good day? Oh, that's ass compared to mine. Okay. Go back. You're very tired. Same. I think that's the mood all round. That's our girl, actually. That's our girl. That's badass. That's not badass. Oh no. Here we go.
Cozy.
Might take a couple tries, gamers. I forgot to sidestep that. Yeah, I know. I keep forgetting the sidestep buttons. I'm aware. I can forgot it again. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The sidestep is X and left, not circle. The parry is circle. That is not a sidestep. Resume. Let's go back. Run it back. I'm confused. I was button mashing too. Okay, here we go. Lock in. The finally time to fuck this guy up. In a minute. Sidestep, I will. I'll sidestep. Let's do this. Get your punches out, chat. Punches. Maybe that'll fuel me a little bit. We should have a fight command. Never thought about that.
My blood. Now I'll take yours slowly.
Oh, I did not sidestep. I did not sidestep again. I'm button mashing.
My brother and I took great pleasure in ending the life of your friend.
Two sugars, right?
There we go. I sidestepped.
Killing you isn't enough.
I sidestepped. I sidestepped. I did not sidestep. I quite like that there's no health bars, to be honest. I need to stop talking. Oh!
John?
I love the dress.
It's from the gift shop.
That's what they're selling in the gift shop. Oh my god. This isn't great. Please don't make me guide her out. Just be a cutscene. A Ghost Rider? Ryan Gosling? Fair play! I could not be arsed personally if I was in that position. I panicked! I panicked! Finally!
Say hello to your brother for me.
Oh.
Should have read your job description.
Get out of there.
The little quip. The Leon quip. Guards, write that down. Leon quip for bingo. And under 10% cheeky. Double or die. Save Teresa Lorca. Or Gwirl.
James. James, are you there?
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you have me worried.
This isn't
Do you
good.
know where you are?
Damien's after party. Listen, I'm in a bit of a bind here.
Leon quip, yeah.
Okay, I'm working on it. Just try to buy us some time.
Who the flump is this? Oh, I know who it is actually. Yeah. Okay, hold on. It just clicked.
I swear, James. Do you even have an off button?
He'd order for a second and I forgot.
Because you're starting to make the rest of us look bad. Yeah, my work-life balance isn't great. Let's see if we can't find an even split.
Oh no. Oh no. That would be so inconvenient. No, don't die. You're so sexy. Please. Oh. Please. Please don't die. Who would I have to simp over?
Don't be a fool, Damien. MI6 knows what you did.
I'm gonna get him
They always
killed.
settle their scores. If I were you, I'd start running. It was all worth it. Look, I get it. Playing second fiddle all your life, having to compete with perfection, knowing your father loves Thea more than you. Perfection?
I like he stops it to hear me.
I'm the sod who has to get his hands dirty every time that glorified chandelier makes a mistake.
Glorified chandelier.
So quit! I promise I'll do everything in my power to protect you.
That's sweet, James. Really. But we both know you have.
Excuse me, I got power?
Damn it, Damien, you can't contain this lie forever. One way or another, your father is going down. Don't let him ruin your life. Let me help you.
Nice try, James. Really. But you'll never defeat my father. Hyperion will see to that.
Excuse me? Someone needs to save me. ASAP. It's not looking good. My Tinky's gonna get chopped. My Tinky's gonna get chopped. Someone! It's an important Tinky! Thank God.
But we're lying down on the job again, are we, Bond?
Our boy, of course.
I know. Hold still. Now Damien's men are
That's what I mean. It's an important Tinky.
Get to cover.
Gladly.
Make it. Oh.
Nothing. Okay. I guess we're doing this then.
You got me there. Are you kidding me?
You got a lot of company down there.
Still in one piece.
Right.
This is gonna take so many
Here's
tries.
the plan. You call them, I'll back
Oh.
them. In position.
Hold L1 to activate. Okay. Oh! I like this much better.
I'll meet you at the other end of it. Keep your head down.
Quarry moment. Remember the quarry? Anyone actually like that game?
Who's got eyes on it? It was me thinking it was going to be a nice quiet evening.
I actually did say, "Whoa!" like that. I used to be able to do a good Beetle impression.
Watch it. Two hostiles your way.
If I lock in, I can do it. Okay, well, if there's two hostiles my way, why are you not shooting them?
Got it. Keep moving, Bond. I've got you.
Are we sure?
Done.
I didn't really like the quarry, to be honest. I thought the characters were all absolutely insufferable.
He's down.
Looked like it had glitched out a little bit there. Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, Sam Raimi's brother was great, but other than that, they're pretty boring. And the fact they. No, that's a spoiler actually. Well, the game's been out for long enough. The fact they tried to Until Dawn it as well with, like, the enemy. It's shite. Anyway. Anyway. Okay. No, exactly.
Hang on.
I didn't like any of them other than Until Dawn, to be fair.
He's gunning for explosives. Stay clear.
I know, me too. I really didn't like... I didn't like Man of Medan. I don't know. I just didn't like any of them, I'll be honest.
Hostile is down.
I don't know if that's a hot take or not.
More of Damien's men are headed your way.
Yeah, I see them.
You like? Clean shot. Target's down.
Okay, there's still one guy. So difficult to see.
Lost sight of him.
One of Rep's boys closing in on you.
FML. Yeah, they just couldn't quite do it, eh? Which is a shame, because that kind of idea of game is so good, like a narrative-driven story, and you just click buttons and it just acts, or like kind of like the cutscenes in this. Like, it's just a massive cinematic, and you just are kind of there too. It's such a good idea for a horror story, but they've never quite got the story for me.
Anybody got eyes on?
Oh, Greenway, I love you. I'm actually sorry for slagging you off back in the early days. Just realized I could run faster. Always good to know.
Stay there. I'm coming to you.
Happy to.
The soundtrack's great for this to score. I know, Salvik. I feel like he's gonna die. He's gonna. They built him up so much that he'll die.
I'm not finished.
I thought you said you were out.
And let you have all the fun? I don't think so. And
Like giving him his badass redemption now. I think he's gonna die. I'm trying, Miller. I'm trying.
and here. He won't be needing it.
What's the plan?
I'll take the high ground. We push forward.
I don't want a gun again.
And then we put him down.
I've got Black Flag, Miller.
I like it.
Oh.
Moneypenny?
Okay, Emily, sure.
Damien took my watch.
That's a fanfic I'd read, probably.
Of course. Triangulating his position for you now. I have him. His location has been marked on your Q lens.
Thank you.
Greenway, how you doing up there?
Making lots of new friends.
It's good to have you back, John.
It's good to be back. But
Okay,
we're
band's
not out
back
of the
together.
woods just yet. Damien brought a small army with him.
And they all make for terrific target practice.
I know, like, it's either us or them, but viewing humans like that, it freaks me out. They're just target practice. Are you flumping kidding? No.
Always wanted to drive one of those.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't really talked about the score enough.
What's your
It's
position?
great.
Right up ahead.
Other than that Lana Del Rey
Take it slowly.
opening song of
It's busy here.
Avi. I wish Lara. I wish. Oh god, he almost saw me. Why is he determined to find me? Pez off. Wait, because I've not entered the combat zone, he can't see me. That's so funny. Okay, find a game hack at least. Because I'm not in the license to kill part yet. He couldn't see me.
Oh, Christ. They're
I
everywhere.
don't know if he's meant to be out that far.
Any ideas?
Just the one.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm the stealth master. Okay, so it's because... Oh god, I've got to control everything?
Kill confirmed.
Come on, save some for me!
Kill confirmed. This is feeling very endgamey.
Just one more down.
I'm out of ammo! Flumpinic!
Good night.
Thank god I've got Greenway. Honestly, I'd be dead already if I didn't have him. Never thought I'd say such things.
Remind me not to piss you off again.
Yeah, no, literally. He's in my good books forever.
Down.
Sure you need me here?
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I'll leave.
He's butchering us. Targeting right.
Someone's above me, I think. Yep. Is he dead? Did Greenway get him? I'm confused. Okay, it's fine. We're fine. We're fine! Greenway's actually doing all the work, guys. This is redemption for him. He really did shit all in the first 3/4 of the game. Just to do this. I'll take it. Big up Greenway. He's the goat. He's my goat. When is Beast of Reincarnation out? Is it August 4th?
I need to relocate. They're closing in on me. Try not to get killed.
I'll do my best. That was good for me. How was it for you?
I've had better.
Did you guys hear that?
What are you two talking about?
We're bonding.
I hate people who think they're well hard because they rev the exhaust. August 3rd? Shit, I've lost the day.
What's the
It's
problem?
not good.
Taking fire from all angles. They've got me pinned down.
On my way.
I just think he's gonna die, guys. I really do. I think they've built him up to his big comeback, and this is his big send-off.
Penny, I need you to mark Greenway's position for me.
Like, they're making me care about him, and that's never a good sign. I've seen that plot device before. Never ends well.
Where the hell are the shots coming from?
Where the hell are the shots coming from?
I see you.
Yeah, we're gonna see blood splattered in a minute.
These boys really want to say hello.
The more I convince myself, the less
Hunker down.
That's the plan.
we're gonna get to drive it. Surely.
Down. Left side, cut him off. Someone take him out and end this.
Oh!
Get him! Right, you're done.
Bye, Bedge.
Talk too much anyway.
Leon? Oh my god, stop it right now. This is the best game ever.
Behind the wheel of one of these.
What do you mean, break? I'm not fucking breaking. Good night, boys! Good night! Yeah, get in here. Or maybe he's getting shot at some point. Surely. I'm gunning it. Pedal to the metal. Move or die. Whee!
What the hell was that?
Oh, come on. Not good.
Really?
Not good at all.
I wanted more time.
Take this. You hold them off while I try.
I get the sniper. Sure. Missed my first shot. Never a good sign. Oh my god. I mean, they're really just blowing themselves up at this point. Ah! I thought I was fine. Oh, I was having too much fun, I think. I was having too much fun. Oopsies. Thank you, Miller. Thank you. Oh, flump's sake. I'm having too much fun. The pretty lights from the explosions distracted me a little bit. My bad. But we lock in this time, right?
Take this. You hold them off while I try and get this thing moving again.
August 3rd. God, the handling of it is wacky and wild. Oh. I see you, little bitch. There you go. Can we go now?
There you go.
Oh, you want me to drive again? Fine, you take the sniper.
Hold on.
Here we go. Strap in, chat.
Come on. Not good. Not good at all.
Good, because I was actually disappointed we didn't get more time in this. Wow. Yeah, surely they're all dead at this point. Surely, right?
Run.
Yeah, yeah, there it is. I was waiting for it.
Thanks. You're hit. Just nick me. I'll be fine.
No. I was told you guys.
Hold them off. Go. Find Damien. Finish this.
Narratively, I hate when they give away hints like that. And then when you learn them and you could never enjoy anything ever again because you know what's coming. So annoying. Stop setting me up to be sad.
James?
I'm here.
And Greenway?
Nope.
He's busy entertaining a few of Damien's friends. I'm taking care of Webb Jr.
You do know he's probably walking you into a trap, don't you?
Yep.
I know. I'm counting on it.
We have the evidence. Sir Nicholas, Damien, they're finished.
But I'm not.
Okay. Please be careful. That's an
I
order.
don't think it's possible at this point. I'm not gonna lie. So lucky that everything's yellow that I need to jump on. I actually slag it off, but I'd be so lost without it now. I'd be wandering around maps for ages. Just lost and confused and alone. Oh, there's a blue one. Me watch. Is this it? Is this a big fight?
Alone at last.
Now what's that? A little liquid courage for what happens next.
What this?
Oh, I need that mask.
This is so much more.
Super Saiyan? Oh my god, he's got like Automemnon
The
levels.
synthetic compound. It floods the endocrine system.
Super Saiyan.
Elevating physical and mental
Cyberpunk
awareness.
drug.
It makes you faster, better, stronger.
Oh, isn't that red light though?
Show me.
I thought you'd never ask.
Are we fighting down here? Pez off. Oh my god, it is actually a boss fight. Okay, 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 I get it, I get it.
You still think you can stop me, James? You are outmatched and outsmarted.
Chuck him off, yeah.
Don't you see? We've been ahead of you.
Okay, now the real fight begins. Are we ready? This will take a lot of tries.
You really do love the sound of your own voice, don't you?
Don't button mash Banshee.
What now?
God.
Think, James. Think.
Okay, so
That's better. Shall we?
so we can't really fight him, we just need to work towards.
He gets too... If I can't stop him, maybe something here can... Is that really the best you've got? Enough games. This ends
I'm with you.
right now.
Ah! Cheater!
I really wish you could have lived long enough to see what you're truly dealing with.
Let's go over here and behind cover.
You think you've won, James?
Okay, we could have spent more time over there. That's fine.
You need to pull your punches, James.
Okay, he's actually coming over, which is nice. Do you think he's related to Goldfinger? Maybe. Yeah. I actually need to watch the Bond movies again. Because I feel so dumb forgetting all the lore. Okay, it's a 3-tap out situ. Uh-oh. Knock it out his hand! Not his eyeball. Not the eyeball. We're not doing the eyeball. Nah.
It's been fun, but I'm gonna have to break this.
Foreshadowed through the blinding. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Say bye-bye, chat. Bye-bye. Ooh. Yeah, jump back up. Come on. Round 2.
Oh, James!
Hey, look!
Welcome in, Dan.
You have such a way with words.
You're
You're hilarious!
Okay, who's the real villain? Tell me.
You haven't heard the punchline yet.
Oh. I was not expecting that, I'll be honest. I thought we were going to go up for a round 2. Okay, we're a cold-blooded killer. And now our pal's dead.
Hey, easy now. I've got you.
Megan.
Damien.
It's done. He's gone.
He's deceased. He's dead.
Okay, up we go, old man. Let's get you patched up. Oh, I thought you said it was just a scratch.
No, the wonders of adrenaline.
I hope he lives.
Stop, Bob.
We need to get you to a hospital.
I don't think he's gonna, but I hope he does.
No, James. James.
This is it, bud.
What do I do? I need you to tell me what to do.
Just
Okay.
sit for a bit.
Bye-bye.
Sit and
Yeah,
enjoy the view.
watch the sunrise together. One last time. Kith. Be quite inappropriate to Kith now.
Why did you come back for me? I thought you hated her.
That's what I'm saying.
Turns out I was wrong about that.
The music.
You've got heart, Bond. You're just what we need right now. I don't know why I didn't see it before.
Because you're a miserable old bastard.
Oh. I know you're a hater, Salvik, but let him have his little moment.
There is that. Will you do
Yeah,
me
he's
a
done
favor?
for, Dan.
Anything.
No, Bessie. Right,
Don't
okay.
let it change you.
Oh.
Don't let it.
Right, Salvik. No, buddy.
Is there anyone I should contact?
Good night, Greenway.
John.
That's not too bad. I saw that one coming, so I'm fine. Like the king dying, he just keeps coming back. Oh, you've made Bond cry now, Salvik. Look what you've done. Look what you've done. That could be an album cover, though. Like, you know, situation aside, could be an album cover. What now? We've still got his dad to defeat, to be fair. Defeat Damien Webb.
There is no doubt that Britain is in a highly precarious situation. If this data is corroborated, it will indeed put an enormous strain.
Attention, please, everyone. 5 minutes ago, Sir Nicholas Webb informed us that if we ignore his demands, the next leak will be bigger and a lot closer to present day. Meaning that sources, assets, and even agents will be at risk. The diplomatic hit we have already taken is irreversibly detrimental to our national security, global interests, and Great Britain's standing in the world. Further jeopardizing that is not an option. It has been decided to accept Webb's demands
Ah?
and
No. Boo!
Giving in is not giving up. Quite the contrary. We do this to protect
Boo!
the country we all love. It is time to stand down. Thank you.
I don't know. I'm not for that decision. I'm not for it.
Bond, congratulations. Your performance in Vietnam proved beyond a doubt you'll make an excellent 00.
What are you doing? We can't let Webb get away with this.
What we do is my call.
And I'm telling you, it's shite.
The world's not fair, Bond. I thought Greenway taught you that.
Don't bring Greenway into this.
I know, it's so close to his death.
We have to go.
Chill.
The Prime Minister's waiting.
Moneypenny will debrief you, then go home and get some well-deserved rest.
No. Come on, Moneypenny. Send me out. Put me back on the streets.
Be a giant bluff. I'm just not convinced that he's got anything more recent.
Why wouldn't he? No doubt about the authenticity of the first batch released.
Security around there is impregnable.
Who even are you?
It's his tech.
How you doing, Bond?
Whitlock?
Ah, I remember him from the start.
Or Webb, for that matter. This is months of overtime for me. Years, possibly.
A street corner's crazy.
What about Damien and the cover-ups? We'll sit on that too.
After last night, that feels like ancient history.
He's so shiny.
But what a splendid job you did in Vietnam.
Must be sweating.
Quite the turn of events after, though. I mean, Webb protecting Thea for patriotic reasons to him throwing the entire nation under the bus for personal immunity.
He's very oiled up, isn't he?
He'll probably come up with some narrative to justify himself and pretend he's really taking the moral high ground.
We can't let Webb get away with this. The world needs to know what he really is. What he's done.
I don't disagree. Now I'm standing down for a bit, as M puts it. Been working through the night. A little rest.
Yeah, go have a kip.
And then I'll start working on how the new world
Very
order needs
sweaty.
to be presented. Gut feeling is that Webb's name will excel in its absence.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Yeah, he could actually.
See you around.
Don't shine a light on him.
Glad I'm not M.
Or bright for that matter. Always so chummy.
I'm assuming I can't go in here. Yeah. Occupado.
I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow manages to.
Such a cool office, man. Such a cool. But
Immunity.
people will be able to see if you're working or
I'm
not.
sorry
If you're on your phone.
about Greenway, James, but
Well, she's not.
she's doing her job. And she's doing it well.
And that's it. You're happy to just walk away.
No, but I also have a job to do. I wrote some code to stress test some of their safety layers, and I'm going down there now. But I can see that you're not done ranting.
Nope.
Come, walk with me.
Thea is a complete scam. Webb lied to MI6 for more than a decade. He started out using the 00 program as a scapegoat, destroying 009 and Greenway's lives. Cressida and the other recruits dead or maimed. Monroe? But how the hell has it come to
He
this?
does need a good
He's been one
slap.
step ahead all along. He has a sixth sense, I swear.
He doesn't need one. He's monitoring his own tech, and we've let him.
Come on, get in.
I'm right, you know it.
Actually, we are certain that he hasn't. 2 full sweeps and a third one
Never
concluding
mind.
as we speak. Thea isn't and never was compromised.
Come on, Moneypenny. We saw it at Web HQ, and Damien pretty much confirmed it.
Nevertheless, no breach has ever occurred.
Then explain to me how they could have a whole department at Web Industries dedicated to sifting out Thea's mistakes if they didn't have a live feed of everything Thea ever delivered. We didn't make that up, Moneypenny.
What can I say? Unless Webb has some quantum entangled mirror computer, it's just not possible.
Hang on. Hyperion. That's gotta be it.
What?
It was something Damien said.
Clocked it.
In Greek mythology, Hyperion is Thea's brother and consort. That makes perfect sense.
No.
He
doesn't.
dies.
Tech like that is sci-fi. Doesn't exist. Probably never will.
But what if it did?
Come on.
What would you have to do to eliminate the threat?
If it were that simple, destroy or remove the core, you'd render the quantum cloud meaningless.
Guess what our next mission is.
Nope. The core is the magic key.
Also, that was Salvik's Twitch badge there. That was fun. Little James Bond Twitch badge.
Wait, you're not actually buying any of this, are you?
What if it's true, though? We can make this whole thing disappear.
But it's not. Okay. And I am with them on this. We have no choice but to give in. Even if we had solid intel, a gamble like that would be reckless, beyond any sense.
We're quite
It would
oily,
go
it
against
turns out.
MI6's very reason
Must
to
be quite hot
exist.
in there.
It would be high treason.
Salvik, you're playing Arkham?
So you won't do anything stupid.
Of course not. I'm not an idiot.
Promise me, James.
Cross my heart.
Didn't say promise you though. Didn't say it. It is. Dan just bought them all as well.
Sorry, Moneypenny. This idiot's about to rob Q-Lab.
Oh no. Yeah, I agree. It's the best one. I love that game. You bought the Batmans. Salvik's playing them too. Or Asylum.
Bond. I just wanted to check in. Where is everyone?
I don't fall in from it
Nice
again,
and
but
all,
still. I don't care.
Come, join me.
You can have Badman.
Don't do it.
What?
Blame yourself. I knew him for 25 years. The good years and what came after.
I forget the
Operation
itchiest
Nightfall
eye.
changed him. He slipped into darkness. Never could find his way out until you came along.
Oh.
First light in more than a decade.
First light.
And he came back.
007 First
More
light.
alive than ever. And thanks to you, he went out with a bang and not with a whimper. And if that's not a reason to celebrate, then I don't know what is.
What's a gorgeous name for the game now that I know why it's there?
To Greenway.
To Greenway.
And to you, James. Salut.
And to me. Salut.
Don't forget to turn out the lights when you leave.
Yeah, Spidey tomorrow night. Can't wait. I'll have I'll have nearly seen it all by this point. Probably will have.
To get the Hyperion, I'll need an edge. New watch. Pistol. and whatever else Q's got lying around.
Bessie, are you going tomorrow night? I assume you will be. Find new gadgets.
Okay. Where would you leave a shiny new Q watch?
A memo from Bridget. Memo set date for upgrade to biometric scanner. As noted at the last staff meeting, the current scanner's calibration means it will also accept copies of an authorized fingerprint, such as printed scan or a print transferred using sticky tape. Recalibration of the scanner is a P1 task. TY Bridget. That's the hints, Chad. They've added more screenings, really? What the hell is going on here? Might see how busy it is. Yeah, we literally had to book our tickets, I think over 2 weeks ago now, because it was so busy. Like, it was insane. I think it was going to make so much money. I saw it was rated the best since Spider-Man 2. Best Spidey film. And also, did you guys see the, what's his name? With Valkyrie? And surely he didn't leak her character, right? But at the same time, why would you say that? I know, we need to get sticky tape.
Playing favorites, eh?
But it's worth it.
Q has total access.
Worth trying.
All I need's a fingerprint.
Me find a fingerprint.
What was the last thing he touched?
Yeah, it's honestly insane, Vessi. Team goals: prepare QWatch 2.0 for field certification, static stress testing, final stages. Speaker upgrade acoustic capacity, can never be too loud. Investigate reuse of the phone booth, research locations in London.
It was the first of a new batch. And it was in the stress test chamber.
Stress test chamber? I can't remember where that is, to be honest. Oh, there. Yeah, for Spidey, it's so crazy. It's just one of those movies, though, isn't it? It's just everyone wants to see it. Everyone will be there.
Got a fingerprint. Now how to get it off the glass. This should do the job. Damn. It's only a partial print.
Yeah, I would, Miller.
What else could be good for a clean print?
Plus, also, less kids at that time, probably. Right? Q's personal log. After Bond's latest mission in Vietnam, I've determined that field equipment requires additional stress testing before being issued to an agent. Why does he break everything? The Q watches will be moved to the stress testing chamber for additional evaluations. The Q pistol has passed first inspection and has been sent to the armory for further tests. Go there. Additional field equipment is to undergo more thorough evaluation and gadget testing. Ooh, Sunday, yeah. Just stay off Twitter or social media, I guess. Because I imagine that shit will be spoiled instantly. I don't really care for Marvel films. I care for Spider-Man. Triumph bike. I had a closer look at the bike, you mean, and fire exhaust. Previously, the fire exhaust was directly tapping into the gas tank. Not ideal. I've disconnected it for now and I'll look into a better solution. Okay, I feel like the gun place was down here, right? He's all having a little look around. Movie on Friday night. What are you going to see? Oh, FML.
Okay, so what code would Waters use for a room full of guns?
Waters 1324. Because that was his score. One, 3, 2, 4. Oh, and enter.
Armory access granted.
Too easy.
It literally was just about to say that. Okay, we've got a little vent in here. Excellent. Woohoo! A little pistol. Service pistol progress report. The latest prototype of the service pistol performs to expectations with the iterated designs of the frame, slide, barrel and magazine achieving the desired improvements in action, handling and accuracy. It is scheduled for final test, stress testing and certification after stress testing of the new Q-Watch is complete. Alright. Oh yeah, Cat in the Hat says Friday. Sorry, my bad.
I've been looking everywhere for you.
I just read got a movie instead of movie night. Cat in the Hat is this Friday. I'm so excited. Where am I going? I'm off. Catch yous later. Ooh, where am I? Oh, we're behind? This is cool. No, Salvik, you can't miss it. You mustn't. You mustn't. You mustn't. Alright.
Ceasefire.
Ah?
Personnel detected on range.
Oh, thank God. Right. Let's get out of here. Don't know why we couldn't just walk back out there, but probably something I missed. That's fine. I've accepted it. Wait, why might you? Because we might be able to help. I know, I'm so excited. In the little ad break intermission. Oh, I'll have that.
Great. And another partial. I wouldn't like to end up on the business end of that.
Can we just take it from another whiteboard, like for real? Oh, progress report. That's fine. I trust you guys, kind of.
Oh, smudged and flame grilled. Useless.
Okay, so thank God that didn't happen earlier when we were standing right in front of it. Where, I guess, in here would be maybe another fingerprint, if he was in here. Incorrect fingerprint? FML. Okay.
Q's in and out of here all day long. Must be a print on here I can use. Oh, Bridget.
I didn't mean that.
Can't tell your print from Q's. Either would do, but both are useless.
Okay. Oh, that sounds fun, Salvik. That'd be a good time. Oh, wearables, let's go. Surely there's some stuff in here. Honestly, that was my first thought too. No, it sounds fun. Wait, why is that specifically highlight? Oh, of course, because he literally just...
At last. One whole print.
To be fair...
Now let's see if I'm right.
When I was in Ireland, everyone was saying that literally everyone just buys land and like builds on it and stuff. So it must be a pretty common thing over there to just like get land. I heard like land's not cheap, but relatively cheap in comparison to like buying a house. You just buy land and build.
Identity verified. Welcome back.
Just caught that. Hi Raiders, welcome on in. Hi. Thank you Parallel for the raid, I appreciate you. Welcome on in. Can we get a shout out for Parallel please?
Welcome.
Welcome. Oh my god, Vessi, you won the bingo as well. It's all happening. Thank you for the raid. Power raid, let's go. Hey, thank you as well. Oh my god, you're so cute. Everyone follow right now. What were you guys up to? What were you guys playing? Thank you for picking us to raid. My name is Banshee. I'm a Scottish variety streamer. We are currently working our way through James Bond. Fair warning, I think we are needing the end game as well. Also, my dog's just joining us. There he is, right on cue when there's a raid. So just for any spoilers, I will stay paused for now. But what were you guys up to? What were you guys doing? I hope you're all well. But yeah, if you have to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Please don't feel like you have to stick around. Sorry, I'm just making sure he doesn't choke in this, right? That was like 3 bites. Are you kidding? You're throwing that up later for sure. You're playing it. Okay, you're ahead. That's fine. I can keep playing. How are you finding it? Are you loving it? I hope you are. But thank you for picking us. He's got to chew. He's not having it though. He said, give me another one. Right now, Salvik. Give me another one. What the hell? Oh god, sorry Raiders. But yeah, we play a kind of whole host of games. We're actually starting, that's actually a reminder to everyone right now. We have an indie hub in the Discord at the minute. So if you see any indie horror games, please put them in there that I haven't played that you would like to see me play. I would love to start doing indie horror games again. But we're also playing Assassin's Creed Black Flag after this. And then we're going to straight into Beasts of Reincarnation, or else Miller will smite me. So that we've kind of got a crazy roadmap just now, which then leads into September, which I think everyone knows is like every game in the world is coming out at that point. So kind of a tight schedule for the rest of the year. I'm also loving it. So are you guys, are you in love with Bond as much as we are? Because I'll be honest, everyone here is kind of obsessed with him. So I will warn any raiders who have come over, you know, we are a little obsessed. There's some kind of, maybe some suggestive comments made from time to time. Listen, what can we do, you know? What can we do? Maybe, okay, I think we're in the right place. But seriously, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. And like I said, raiders or parallel as well, if you have to raid and run, please feel free to do so. Don't feel like we're keeping you hostage. But if you do choose to stay here, we'll try and look after you as best we can. We listen and we don't judge. Exactly. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. God. We're also really dumb at this too. We're also really dumb. So excuse us. We're trying.
Maybe I would have made a half-decent agent after all.
God.
Running diagnostics.
Explosion chamber log. Oh god. The armor plating passed with flying colors. Diagnostics run in the internal systems, but anyone in the car would be safe. Are we finally getting this car? Surely. Well, I don't want that one. Actually, changed my mind. Salvik? Everyone's winning but me. Raiders, if you are staying and you want to join the bingo, please, it's in the top left if you're on, not the top left, it's in the top of your chat if you're on mobile, and if you're on desktop, it is somewhere below. It might be in the chat as well, unsure. But it's called Stream Bingo, or Stream Bounty. You'd think I know by now. And it gets very heated, though, I will warn you. It gets very heated. Am I okay? There's... God, I'm embarrassing us. You're from the south of the UK? Oh god, we've got a couple southerners in here. And let me feel, yeah, there you go. They're already showing themselves. Someone from the other side, I like it. That's actually a good strategy. I should have a look around the James Bond category more. I should raid new people more. I'm never, you know that way where you're like, are you guys going to stay? Are you guys going to come with me? But I suppose it doesn't matter because you find really cool people. And now we found a new really cool person. So imagine that. You're so close to many wins. I am close to like, oh, hold on. I've just not updated my card. I am close to 3 wins actually. 3 wins. I could just hack it and do any of them, but I'm not going to. Because I'll be called a scammer again. And I don't appreciate that. Miller losing again is good for my mental health. Yeah, good point, actually. Excellent point. A furnace manual. Hopefully we don't need that, right? Don't think I can be trusted.
Thanks, Q. Promise to take better care of this one.
Q not detected.
What?
Initiating.
No.
Ah! Oh, this is not good.
How do I get out of here?
Because it's going to start like burning me alive or something.
Explosion chamber lockdown engaged.
Yep.
You're taking this lockdown quite seriously.
And people can get locked in. Some equipment stops working entirely, including the fire escape. The only workaround right now is to trigger what the room considers an emergency. We have to blow some shit up. Don't want to start a fire or destroy the explosion. Oh, God. Hi, Negan. How are you?
Starting a fire or setting off an explosion.
We can do that, surely.
Right.
Too right, we can do that. That's literally what we're best at, other than dying to stealth. Of that.
Explosion chamber lockdown disengaged.
Okay.
Shutter lock gone. Nothing to it.
Okay. So there's a little thing in there. Stay away from your... Oh my god, there was another section. I'm dumb. I actually should clean... Megan will be like freaking out right now, but I probably should clean my PS5 covers.
Full-blown spark may be the answer.
On the inside. Surely it's fine right now.
Laser charged at operation.
Well, this might open a few doors.
Ooh, this is fun. What door can it open? Should I just do this? Gotta work in something, right? Oh. Told you.
Safety lock gone. Fire hazard coming up.
Laser deactivated.
If I admitted to the state of my well, to be honest, do you know what? Megan will freak out if she's here. I actually haven't ever taken the covers off, ever.
Safety protocols initiated.
And I know that's bad.
Please evacuate immediately.
How's that for burning bridges?
You either? Okay, that makes me feel better. I'm gonna do it before Thursday stream though, for real. I'm gonna for realsies. Oh my god, really? Little
Unless he was
JB.
in gadget testing.
Probably is Selvik. Okay. See, panic over. It's fine. Right. I just like what I've got. Like, I don't really want to change any of it, to be honest. Q watch is all V. All V required. Darts, absolutely get them up there. I don't like the camera. I don't like the smoke. I like the laser. And I like the missile. Although I have... No, hold on. That needs to go back up there. Because I'll just keep pressing it. Not that I know what any of them are when I panic, but... Okay. Stolen equipment. Success. Hee hee hee. I actually don't have anything on top of my PS5.
Time to go.
I've got Wanda Maximoff Disney ears. That's it. And I don't think they would cover it too much. You see the vision, Selvik. You see the vision. I also really need the toilet soon, so I might have to pause before we go into the next mission. I've been drinking too much water. That little lingering shot. Right, I'll pause right now. You guys can play drop game, or you can chat amongst yourselves, or just dance to whatever song's on, and I will be back and we will do this mission. PRB! I didn't feel good about that one. I did not feel good about that one. Also, congrats on Cheekiest. What the hell? Congrats on Cheekiest. Who got it? Who was it? Emily got it. Okay, as long as it wasn't Miller, that's fine by me. I'm happy with that. Also, let's see. Perfect. I need 3 more for 1. You won drop? Course you did. Saw that little sitting, kicking its feet emote, and I thought, something's happened. He's either got Cheekiest or he's got, what do you call it? What do you call it? I also have a suitcase here because I actually need to throw it away. But I don't think it's acceptable to chuck it in just at the normal bin, like the black bins. I think I need to take it elsewhere. Right, we ready?
Hello, James.
I wondered if you made it
Sorry.
alive.
With
With the 7 kinds of hell you raised, I practically walked out the front door.
Happy to be of assistance.
Okay, bud.
What do you want?
Get to Webb, same as you.
Webb's finished.
Yeah, go back to cheeky school. Go back to Dino Blade.
Please, don't kid a kidder.
Let's hear it.
It's simple. You know where he is. I have the means to get us there.
And I don't.
I'm assuming you're on
Nice try,
Dino Blade.
James. But we both know you're about to burn all bridges. Besides, I already know he's somewhere in the Antarctic Circle.
We're going to the
unless
Antarctic.
you plan to join a whaling crew, I'm your best chance.
I'll join a
Book in the
whaling crew.
vacation. We leave in 24 hours. Bring your trunks.
Well, when one door closes.
Sure. Can't say no. Right. No, Dan. Tired isn't an excuse. Tomorrow night then. You need to sleep early then.
See you, Bond.
Take it easy.
Bye. Remind me to show you guys the back of this t-shirt as well after the stream. Dane.
You leaving, James?
Chill.
Afraid so.
Well, hell of a thing you did. See you around.
I can't. The back of my hair is not your business. It's not my business. After the stream, not now. Also, Salvik, how does it feel to have the same humor as Miller right now? Does that feel good? Solo. Leave MI6 as a rogue agent. Don't mind if I do. Are you like Cleo now? Oh, what happened? You guys made up?
What's this?
Vodka martini. Shaken, not stirred.
What's the difference?
I want what I want, James.
You tell him. Is this her Bond girl then? Is this her Bond girl? Give you chocolates? That's nice.
When you offered me a ride, I was expecting something a little more airborne.
He's not triple cheeky yet, by the way.
I prefer comfort over speed.
Don't let him fool you.
I certainly wouldn't mind your expense account.
Sure it could be arranged?
Who are you? It's not the worst one, Vesey.
Who are you really? No tricks this time.
You know who I am. I'm a thief.
That's a job description.
But we are what we do, James. Not to mention what we wear.
Sorry, I'm just lurking in some chads right now.
I don't buy all this.
Oh?
This is more than a job to you. You pretend to serve no cause, but you wouldn't risk so much for a simple paycheck. Not unless you have skin.
Wait, Kyle's on First Light as well? Fuck, we need to stream to... Oh my god.
It's not what you think.
We need to stream to 10:30 as well then.
Try me.
We have to. The competition's on.
How did your parents die, James?
Doing something they loved.
I can't, not 11.
Not mine. They died doing something they knew was right. And I'm going to finish it.
What? You're going to kill him.
Let me join you, girl. Let me join you. What happened to your parents?
What happened to them?
They worked on the theater project.
That makes
Shooting
sense.
could
Sorry,
only
Death.
be deceit. They didn't know who to trust.
12 hour. No, I've got to walk
Webb was
clean
already
still,
too big to
guys.
fail.
And eat.
So they turned to the Americans.
10:30.
Except
Max.
the plane never made it across the Atlantic. Technical malfunction. According
Plane
to the
crash. Oh.
FAA. I of course knew better.
I'm very sorry.
I don't need your pity. Just stay out of my way and I'll stay out of yours.
I've upset you.
You're all wind up. By the way, you're all wind up. She's her girlfriend,
No, I
basically.
understand this whole no strings routine. I was on my own for a long time.
She's who we hooked up with in the resort.
Thing is, those strings don't hold you back. They keep you up.
Hell yeah, that's a nice quote.
Your career with MI6 might be over, but you have a bright future writing fortune cookies.
I hit a nerve.
You must be quite the marksman.
The music.
What do you plan to do about it?
The lighting. Oh, so perfect. Look away, Salvik. Never mind. Look ahead, Salvik. Davian! Hi, welcome on in. Happy nearly early birthday, Davian. The impossible bingo.
Listen, shut up for a second.
Didn't I already do this?
Probably, but we're back to streaming for realsies for the first time, so oh my god. It was. Thank you for the 23, Davian. What the heck? Enjoy the ad preview and the cutest emotes on Twitch and me breaking your eardrums. And happy early birthday to you. Even though it's still like a few days away. But still, I remember you're around this time of year. I hope so. That's really embarrassing. Your birthday, yeah. You're not the end of July? Surely, like the 31st? Are you gonna be 30? Is that why you're gatekeeping?
Is this normal? I don't mingle a lot with
Salvik,
billionaires.
check this suit out. Check this suit out.
Runs a cryptovault out of an old nuclear bunker in the Hindu Kush. I figure normal is a spectrum. Would you mind?
Salvik, look at the suit. I have a couple days left, Miller. I'm on page 380. Oh, flump.
What exactly are we breaking into?
Web Industries' fabled R&D facility. All the greatest breakthroughs were developed right here. That includes the big brain in your basement. I knew about it. Just
Miller, you are a scumbag.
What can I say?
I'll say it. I'll be the one to say it.
Espionage very seriously.
People want to come here.
You better believe it. It's the ultimate golden ticket.
Oh, are you on vertical streaming, Davian? Do you like it?
Was cheap.
I set it up.
Camouflage, self-heating smart fabric. My compliments to your tailor.
He's a wee
Sure wear it well.
so-and-so, by the way. You weren't very interested. Stop lying. Well, Chad, you know what that time is. I was one away on 4 lines. Okay, I'll probably play this mission, like most of this mission or all of this mission, so I'll just start a new game. That's fine, whatever.
Cable car station's up ahead.
Steep climb. Sentries?
Expect so. If I can reach that comms relay, I can jam the signal. Should give us an edge.
You brought toys.
I'll stream till 10 because I need to take Thane out. So 10 o'clock and then we're off. Can you hurry up? It's urgent.
Here, give me a boost.
Why am I getting deja vu?
I said I was sorry.
Did you?
I'm sure I did. Meet you at the gatehouse.
Let me join the new game. Head mod, I get such a crazy call instantly, it's great.
She brings a submarine, thermal smartware.
It's kind of Modern Warfare 2, isn't it?
Does she bring a rope? Look at you go.
Eyes on the bad guys, James.
Wait, hold on, sorry. I will lock in after this. The leaderboard. Oh my god, I am second. This is class. This is so good. Hi, Coffee. Thank you. Can we get a shout out for Coffee, please? Thanks for the lark. You've had a dire evening. I think you and Lily are struggling big time. Oh.
Hey, look!
Said no, Salvik.
Now what?
Hey,
Oh.
look!
Double shouties. Everyone's too locked in. You love to see it.
Now what have we here?
I don't know about this one. This is very Rise of the Tomb Raider. Isn't it, Thane? Very Lara and Rise. In the Siberian jungle, basically. Also, do I have a Lara? I don't have a Lara bingo. I'll set that up as well.
That's so?
Faye Advances made MI6 top dog in the spy community. I bet the CIA would love to get back in the lead. Webb is the key, but they know he's too patriotic to defect. So they hired you to dig up some dirt on him. When I exposed him, he became a liability. Oh, hello there!
There's your jump scare.
As well. This is all just damage control.
Quite the theory.
God, that got me. Personal entrance and jump scare is crazy. A crazy pull.
What's that? Climate change.
Climate change. What is that? Climate change.
So how did I do?
Yeah, no. Not even close.
Miller, you and that emo. It's my emo, yet it's yours. I don't get it.
Bingo, bango, bungle, I'm so happy in the jungle, I refuse to go.
I got it, mods. I got it, mods. Call random.
Cable car's leaving.
5 gifted. That's a banger.
Mostly senior stuff from the
That never happens.
Hopefully we'll be able to blend right in.
It's a big operation.
Webb's rounding up his lieutenants before MI6 can put the thumb screws on them. It's what I would have done.
You don't say. Reach the lower platform.
It was on your other 2 cards.
There are guards up ahead.
Well, comms are down. We contain it quickly and they won't be able to reach the alarm.
Okay, they've got earmuffs on. They won't hear me.
I'll take the one on the left.
Deal.
Gotcha. Working with my girlfriend.
That wasn't necessary.
Means to an end.
That's your way, not mine.
Eggs and omelets, James. I'll meet you up top.
Mess's headshot. It's obviously just for you guys. Oh, I like it. Oh god, someone's literally there. Don't need to mess about that far. If that lands, it doesn't count as someone winning the drop game. I will ban it again, Cleo. I will freeze it once again. Yeah, no, you're trying to be a dirty little cheat. Try to be a dirty little cheat. I don't.
So far, so good.
Love this sound.
Next stop, cable car.
It's not a ski resort. We'll need staff IDs to board. Find
Okay.
a couple of newcomers and relieve them of their ID bracelets.
Oh, who knew spycraft?
Look at her
involved so much petty
fit.
theft?
It's gorgeous.
What will you be doing?
Laying low. I told you, a lot of familiar faces inside. I
It
can't
is
risk
cute.
someone blowing my cover. Call if you need assistance, though.
Fine. Sit tight.
It's always my lumping job.
Vincent, you may pick up your ID bracelet at the HR counter.
HR
Mr.
counter.
Vincent, your ID bracelet is ready.
Hey, hello.
Let's see.
Oh,
Trench, Lopez, Larson.
I see.
Check.
I was wondering why she refused to come in.
Yeah, everyone's accounted for. Except this one engineer who...
I'm not listening, Miller. Not listening to the rage bait. I'm not Jag. You can't get me.
Don't worry, he's not about to do a runner. I'm monitoring his tracking chip on my phone. Last thing we need is an outbreak of mass hysteria.
Yeah, that is an eavesdrop.
Found a lead on an ID. I need access to an HR person's phone.
Try a proximity hack. It worked wonders
Proximity
at the web
hack?
gala.
Very funny.
Collectible for the bingo.
Okay, where's the foreign secretary now?
HR manager.
Good. If his people have any sense, they're keeping him far away from the
Hack.
Nigel, Gatehouse HR.
Yeah, you tell them, Davian. That's why
We're
you're
using
head
another
mod.
couple of hands down here to sort out IDs. Your rivals are
You
getting
sort them out.
restless. Yes, well, let Miriam know when she's out of her meeting.
I don't think... Can I get through here? I can.
Yeah, it's Nigel. I have a hysterical engineer on my hands who refuses to go on the cable car. Permission to sedate?
Sedate?
You all know panic is contagious. Fine. Had to ask. What's this? Remote hacking attempt detected.
Oh, not me.
Defensive software engaged. Are these notifications even real?
Well?
The hack failed. They must have built in an extra layer of encryption. Looks like I'm gonna have to nick the phone.
I'm not confused. No. Nice try. I've only won. We've only played 2 games of bingo. You little nonsense. Davey, he's a greedy little shit. So much has changed, okay? Also, we're looking for hints. I don't know if we called that. But we are looking for hints. He's a little nonce, okay? That's what's happened. Alright, so I just did not pay attention where the HR manager went.
It's me. Couldn't get a decent signal until now. I know that. It's not fun for me either.
Oh, really? He's there. I love a snow globe. First the racist, then I know. Yeah, it's not looking good for Cleo.
Outrageous. Of all the historical injustices I've encountered, yours, Stanley, is surely the most grievous.
Do I detect the scent of envy?
No, that will be my sandwich.
Christ. Let's see. Somerset David. Got you.
Lovely. Just me then.
David Somerset.
Okay, get me up to speed here. How many idea bracelets have we signed off on?
7.
Eavesdrop.
I think.
Oh, double humper, you're so right.
Get a grip.
Did Morris and Vincent
They're
pick
all
up
laughing
the
their
idea?
asses off.
Yep, just now.
And Cyclops.
To the lounge. Bunch of poor thing was so strung out on sleeping pills.
Yeah, do you know what? We've not had a shouted chat tonight. I'll give you shouted chat. I'll let that one happen, Damien. I think we can agree on that one. I'm not against it. Okay, I like this one. David Somerset. Kowalski, Trench, Lopez, St. Vincent, Somerset have all received their Okay, perfect. So where the hell are they?
Need to pick up my ID bracelet.
Yes, sir. You and everyone else here. Can't let you jump the line.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Nasty pasty.
Some of us
Hmm.
have lives, you know?
Your feelings are valid, Daphne, and duly noted, but it's really for your own protection.
Ow.
My eyes!
Rich.
I can't see!
Oh,
My eyes!
I thought I could check that.
Fits.
Never mind. Never mind.
I'd better be up next.
I also used the Q-Watch and the laser for the Bingor.
Relax, Jen. We'll get there when we get there.
David. I know I blinded her for no reason. My bad. look at the lounge. I love that. Just sabotage that for the sake of it. She's
Is it just me,
out
or is something or
cold.
someone moving around?
Yep, couldn't be me.
And they came to my house in the middle of the night, made clear as well. The choice was mine entirely.
Have you ever thought you deserve it, Miller? That was the laser strap, yeah.
To see Antarctica.
Indeed.
Surely, yeah, he won't be down here, so he's got to be up there. Locate David Somerset. When has this ever been your safe space? When have you ever thought that? Ever, ever, ever. Guys, if you were a David Somerset, what would you look like? What would you actually look like? Don't listen to Miller. By the way, he might lead you astray. Oh, there's people in the bathroom now. He's in here.
Somerset?
Yeah? Who's this?
Fellow traveller. Can we talk?
What are you afraid of? Why are you here?
Why did they relocate you?
Before I joined robotics.
You are coping.
Fucking hell. Are we all awake?
You just can't accept what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seeing. The truth is scalding, and now you are molding and coping so hard. Coping and seething.
Yeah, no, I'm bleeding from my ears as well. Christ alive. Woo! We're all awake. Hi, Abs. How are you? Jesus.
Center doing circuit engineering on a quantum computing project. For some reason, they put me on the extraction list.
I
Don't know why.
offer
Don't care
you
to find out.
Megan, you little cheat. Oh, I need Kieran sent. Oh, flump.
Come on, mate. What's going on with you?
What's going on with me? My God, why can't
Who's
anyone else see what this is?
Kieran?
Webb is blackmailing the government, and they must be planning an armed response. So, management will appear as human shields. When the bootnecks arrive,
I'll do it
how
for
do
you.
think this is going to play out?
Try not to think about it.
You were sleeping. Oh,
Hang on. Someone's coming.
that's just not true. So, who the flump is Kieran? No, we're getting warmer. We're getting warmer. Will you talk to... There's not even a line here, by the way. You're just a bitch for no reason. FYIs. Okay, let's read our hints. Panics engineer is hit up, installs... There might be more than one way to get the ID off him. Or no. Yeah, the humidity is pretty rough.
Went to get my ID. Yeah, I don't know why these losers complain about a spot of turbulence. I'm like,
Okay, call confused. I am confused. Call it.
Norris and Vincent.
Oh, that's her.
Sleeping on the job.
Oh, hold on.
I know I heard something. I'm not imagining this.
That easy? Okay. So we've got hers. We need to get ours now. Okay. So they're checking it. We don't need to go back in there. That one was super simple.
what do you want me to say? There's no going back.
Okay. Combat surely wouldn't be too far away. Surely, right? It did say Kieran, didn't it? Or am I making shit up? There might be more than one way.
Don't get up. We'll talk about this in your next... IDs are in the bag.
Good. Meet me by the cable car.
We'll talk about this in your next appraisal.
Okay, let me check my bingo card. Ooh, we've got a few. I don't feel like these fits would be that warm in this coldness.
Hold on. Who do we get?
I'm David Somerset, Senior Robotics Engineer. And you are Nora St. Vincent, Webb's private masseuse.
You're kidding me.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Touche.
Off to you.
This is a big cable car. I've always wanted to go on a skiing holiday, but that's just too out of my price range, you know. I would fear being called a toady if I ever booked that.
Don't give me
Okay,
that.
we've got half an hour left.
I need you to promise you won't make any moves before I do what I came here to do.
For England, James?
No games, Isla. Do we have a deal?
Just don't fail.
Okay, Salvik, I think your
One
combat
way or
might be
another,
coming
we'll
up.
die today.
I think your combat's fast approaching. What is it with this game in big buildings? What is it? Jammy
We need to get
Blunder.
our bearings.
I can't believe I'm playing till this time either just to be ahead of Kyle.
Looks friendly enough.
When in Rome.
Scanning ID. Greetings, David Somerset. Senior Test Engineer, Robotics Department.
Hiya.
Where is your tracking chip? I do not detect a signal.
Tracking chip?
Company policy.
Uh-oh.
You should have received the implants on the plane.
Ah, must have missed it. Spent most of the trip in the bathroom. Nervous flyer.
Very well. I have notified legal. Someone will be in touch. Now.
Oh,
may I
we're
assist-
miles ahead. Get that clanker away.
What's your name?
It is Wellington. Thank you for asking.
Can't
No one
piss him
ever
off
bothers.
yet. He needs to be my pal just now.
Sentient.
Alas, no. But I have passed the Turing test many times with flying colours.
Sure, buddy.
Where can I find Hyperion?
In the annals of Greek mythology.
Smart ass. Where may I find
It
Sir
is.
Nicholas
It will
Webb?
be a
Sir
slur
Nicholas
one
is
day, I
located in
swear.
the Operations Department Command.
Beggar!
Great. Do I have access to operations?
You do not.
Somebody get
Your
these
access is limited to the
beggars
robotics
out of
department.
here.
That's my luck.
Strange. Your face does not match the picture in our database. You are not David Somerset. Stay put while I notify...
Bye-bye, clanker.
Right. I'm going to operations. You should too.
You think Hyperion will be at the command center?
If not, it's your best chance of locating it. You in robotics.
Oh my god,
I'm in
yeah.
electronics.
I love the
I say we split
3DS.
up, double our chances.
Works for me. Call if you have a breakthrough.
If.
Behind me.
Oh, take this.
Hold on.
Pistol attachment. Fires a wireless electroshock projectile.
Where's that
will
been?
Cripple an elephant and fry just about any electronic system. Might
Okay,
come in handy where you
I was
going.
gonna say that's a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, overloading electrical devices. I've got a little music box back there that plays the Zelda theme song. Like an actual music box.
Insufficient clearance.
Shut up. Shut up. Okay, are we ready? Keypad, a reader's conked out again. A running diagnostics, don't touch.
Even here the tech breaks down. Oddly comforting. Some type of test equipment. It's synced to the door panel. All fixed.
Oh, a fave 3D. I'd have to think. Honestly, it's been so long since I've thought of 3DS games. Ocarina of Time will definitely be up there. But I played a lot in the 3DS. It did make me feel a bit sick though, so I had to play. Ironically, I had to play without the feature quite often. But I suppose that won't surprise people here because I have crazy motion sickness. I did love Nintendogs. I do love Nintendogs.
Bet Q would like this place.
David Somerset?
Lucky the Beagle. Still think about
Think
her.
I'm in the right place.
Ah, good show. Hope you're feeling better. I'm Ferguson, the head of department. Hop on that big platform over there. I'll show you the ropes.
Excellent.
So, you came in on the chopper this morning?
That's right. Straight from London.
How's the weather?
Well, if you need to ask, you've been away too long.
Ain't that the truth?
I like that
May I
line.
introduce the Autonomous Demolition Unit, or RECCE among friends. It's designed for urban disaster areas.
But I still can't believe I'm the same age as Bond. This is incredible. What timing to play it before my birthday.
Here, grab the controls and take it for a spin.
Sure.
Let's get started. Issue a move command. Any direction you want. Good. Now, here comes the fun bit. Make RECCE demolish those crates.
Recce. Come here, Recce. Mario Kart. Oh, Mario Kart 8. I think about you all the time. I really do.
Smashing. Just don't get in its way.
RECCE is equipped with a full array of
Get back in line, but why? I'm his age.
All right. I think you've got the hang of it. Stay put.
Yeah, it's really weird in the eyes, isn't it?
Only take a minute. I'm curious. What exactly are the
My eyes are fucked too, to be fair, I get you.
We're getting mixed messages down here.
You know, high treason, fraud, conspiracy to commit murder. Slap on the wrist stuff, really.
Must be false. Something a troll farm cooked up. Stuff they could do with deepfakes these days. Anyway, here we are. Our most promising creation. Tabula rasa, general-purpose android. This unit can master virtually any function or skill through mimetic machine learning. Caretaker, paramedic, teacher, sky's the limit. It's quite strong when required, and incredibly damn consistent. You know how to perform.
I imagine law enforcement agencies will be lining up.
Shit's leg!
I'm afraid.
Bingor.
Policy, and the public just isn't ready for it. The functionality is totally there, though. Okay, screw the weapon back in. Wouldn't want an accident, now would we?
Pity. It was starting to grow on me.
Well, that's all the time I have, I'm afraid. We'll pick this up later. Have a look around. I suggest you try the piano.
Ooh, the piano.
It's mimicry. It'll knock your socks off.
Yeah, we'll do. Thanks for your time.
Good to have you on the team, Somerset.
James, what's your status?
Happily single,
I've got, well, I've got.
I made it past nanomechanics.
She's here.
The utility area
I need to
behind the
play her
research
again.
Space connects every floor.
Utility area. Got it.
Get into utility. I actually was feeling the urge to play Suika the other day. It came to me in a dream. I just thought, I loved that game. Like all of October 2023 or whenever it was, I just played Suika. Like I did not breathe, I did not eat, I played Suika. Ah? That's not fair.
The glass wall looks delicate.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. Collectible. I think we've already redeemed it though. Yeah, there's like a wee message that comes up saying the capture card's slightly delayed. It's out of sync with everything. It's a little annoying, but I've tried everything. I can't fix it.
Yes, the platform is temperature controlled.
Don't know what it
for
is.
conditions testing.
It's a pain in the
Dry
ass.
roasted turkey. You want me to turn it down?
Oh, no thanks. It's rather pleasant, actually.
Can I just shoot a laser? What, or unless I could use one of those mimetic ball thingies. Potential. Or I could blow him into the wall with the explosion-y thing. No. I know, I've had the honestly, Donkey Kong's one of my favourite characters ever. He's behind me somewhere. And I've had that game since Christmas and I still haven't found an excuse to play it.
Somerset,
So bad.
right? Newbie advice. Don't fret about making a mess. The automated system
Ooh.
dispatches a cleaning robot from the utility area.
Okay.
No need to get down on your knees and scrub. You just focus on your research.
Good tip. Thanks.
It's an excellent tip.
Science is messy.
These bloody cleaning robots back at it. Okay. Yeah, that's true, Emily, you should. I watched a stream on it. I haven't seen the whole game, but it looks outstanding. I honestly kind of just forget about it at this point. It's a shame, because I genuinely am buzzing to play it, but I don't really game off stream now. So maybe whenever it quietens down,
I'm just gonna ask.
we play Donkey
What about
Kong.
defensive applications? Could they be used for policing?
See, that would go against our corporate values.
Maybe if we get into a streaming routine again, we do Sunday streams again when they were chill.
True, but people
Okay, he recommended playing the piano, so I wonder why. It'll blow your socks off, he said.
Activating dynamic impulse response sensors. Mimicry systems engaged. Proceed with test.
I lead, it follows. Good to know.
So why will the piano blow my socks off?
This takes me back.
Because it copies me, maybe? Come on, I need to get to combat for Salvik. We only have 20 minutes left.
Right, back to work.
Finger dexterity's amazing.
Oh, I'm definitely ending with a DK country soundtrack now. I miss it. I know I literally just played it last night, but... Right, anyone else going to teach me anything?
You should have seen him. We brought in this famous Polish ballerina to work with the research team for 3 weeks straight.
Must have been a sight to behold. Why ballet though?
Ah, it was just a showpiece. Bit of
Anyone else?
People are still uneasy.
Amazing work they do down there. Otis, the vet they brought in for testing,
Otis. Every time I hear Otis now, I just think of sex education.
Hey, just doing the rounds. What are you testing?
This android's outer shell is constructed from our new smart composite nanofiber material.
I need to
Ultralight and
learn
shock
though,
absorbent.
apparently.
In Dad's
I
near
need to learn.
indestructible.
It was so good. Well, it was so good until it wasn't. Ruby and
Testing on human
Otis
subjects would be
forever.
far too dangerous. Obviously.
I love Maeve, but
Have a crack.
Don't mind if I do.
not with Otis.
the subjects not only walk again, but they have
Yeah, it was something. For surezies. They were.
Shooting range active.
No, I love Maeve. She was one of my favourite characters ever, to be honest. But...
see, rough scratch.
Still not convinced.
it was bad.
Better try one more time. There's science.
Mm-hmm. Had enough?
May come back later to conduct
Oh my
a
god,
control
Luigi's
experiment.
Mansion.
You won't be the first.
Right, how do you reckon we do this then?
Hey, what are you testing?
We're calibrating the android's strength and fine motor skills to handle unstable chemicals and fragile samples. This unit could
I
do
still quote
toxic
you
waste
dirty
disposal,
pig
assist in
all the
biocontainment
time.
labs, even conduct scientific studies in outer space.
The sky is not the limit. Impressive.
Especially when it works. Those chemicals are a pest to clean up.
Yes, a bit patches like, right? Okay, how are we doing this then? I feel like we can use this guy somehow. But let's look at what we've got. Okay, we've got 5 hints. One of the test androids carries highly... I think that's the best one, surely. Controls every movement. The glass wall is fragile and making a mess. The cleaning robots clean it up. Come on. How do we lure him out? And why is she doing yoga? Oh, it's copying her. I see. So could we... Word of caution. Do not rest your bums on the platform with the heat turned all the way up. That makes sense. Oh, Salvik, all that for a double 10%. Wash your hands, you dirty pig. What was the point in that exactly? Okay. Can I steal one of the robots, please? 2%? 2? Let me in. Okay. I fundamentally understand what it's asking me to do, but I don't know how to implement it. Megan. Okay. There's so many hints. There's actually the most hints we've ever had. I know. If anyone has a suggestion, then by all means make it. It's just going to say access denied, isn't it?
Insufficient clearance.
Oh, you're so helpful, Salvik. You guys are morphing into the same person now. I hate it. Why can I not just fire my laser at that, my little explosion, and just have my way with it? Hey Van, how's Spain? Right, for realsies guys, just someone say what the best one is. Hola. I think you should come with me. You coming? No, absolutely, Miller. You've got it. And it can be a number of your choosing as well. Activate. Bribery is great. If someone gets there before you, though...
Excuse me. David Somerset, fresh off the boat. What's this about?
I'm a kinetics instructor. I teach the androids to understand and replicate human body language, like postures.
I actually didn't see this girl when we were walking around.
Oculesics and haptics. Well, these are key to reduce the uncanny valley effect and evoke genuine empathy.
I was
towards our robotic
España.
companions.
I like it better already.
Oh my god. Actually, never mind, Miller. I'll still give you a free call.
Platform, please. You'll ruin my test.
Didn't... Girl.
Excuse me. Could you move away? I don't trample around in your experiments, do I?
You're a bitch. You said access the platform. You ready for this?
Ouch! Oh, bloody hell. That... Oh. Hang on, this is not normal. What's going on?
Oh no, I don't have enough. Oh my god. Oh my god. FML. FM. Go, go, turn up the heat, turn up the heat.
Oh, is it just me, or is it getting hotter? Jeez. Heating controls must be busted. Where can I get some?
Oh no.
Coals in here. Oh,
I effed it.
Mind you, been through worse. Come on then.
She's gonna be fuming. Okay, we know what to do now.
Coast is clear.
Is it fuck? She's right there. Okay, we need more green. More sicky poison darts. If only I could run. I love that she's not fixing that as well. She's like, who cares? Maybe she wanted it a bit warmer. God, it's miles away. I don't have enough green to make her go away. Although, could this be enough to like thingy her? I'll just pick up more just in case. I'm on the right track. Right, Miller, what number do you want? What number? See, I'm not a scam artist. I stick to my promises. 38. You got it. 38. There you go. Oh, that's an old classic. It's not happened in ages. Touch wood.
Requesting a transfer to the disaster relief team.
Why? Cognitive memetics isn't edgy enough.
Yeah, why is she not fixed that? No, it actually might be these days.
Ow! Wait a minute. That's not right.
Motion detected. Activating dynamic impulse response sensors. Mimicry system engaged. Proceed with test.
Come on, put your back into it.
Do you need someone to win the bingo? I'm sure someone will be able to. Right, we've got 10 minutes. Let's all lock in. Let's all be kumbaya, manana. Hold hands. Okay, I just really want to pick this up. I don't know if I'll go that far.
I was trying to make it do the robot. I'll go fetch a broom.
Hey, Ferguson. Your new arrival just made a complete mess of my session.
Me.
Think so? He just took control of the trying to make it do the robot.
Insufficient clearance.
Oh, you find it funny?
To feel unwelcome.
Insufficient clearance.
There's an idea.
I want to think of that. I genuinely have fears of this, and I don't know why, because in what situation would I ever have to do this? But fears.
Up we go.
Danny! Danny! Do you want a biscuit? Look! Do a bicky! Come here. A pups. Come on in. There you go. It appears on camera and thin treat. Oh yeah, Lily, we talked about sex education. That's a TV show discussion. Oh, who just won? Davian won! Oh my god, did you? That's cool, there's like different ways to do it. If we let you redeem it? No. No. At least you got it. And you won. So. So true, he's so versatile.
To die for.
Is it a view to die for? I'm unsure. Miller. What he said. Oh my god, Megan. I was like, I don't know what you're in reference to.
No, I'll take the next one.
Okay, honeymoon period at Salvik and Miller's over again. They're back to fighting.
James, how's progress?
Great. I'm progressing.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, you could lay him as well, to be fair. Fine, I'll do it. Batman, Batman, Batman. There you go.
Whoever thought they'd need a balcony at
For the second time tonight.
I salute you.
I just want to... I needed to see someone hit a triple bingo in one night. I'm sorry. I needed to see it happen. Sorry.
James, a word of warning.
I haven't checked my cards. Oh, I don't. My card's shite.
He's having
Oh, Nathan Drake. It is very Nathan Drake.
Thanks for the heads up.
I'll wait for you.
Teacher's pet. You actually are a bit tonight. We've had a full character arc. Ole, 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 ole.
It's perfectly safe. Webb doesn't cut corners. No, that'd be too pedestrian for him. He only dabbles in high treason allegations.
Right, Salvik, get ready to be third place, mate, because some combat is coming.
It's even better up close.
Do you want me to not stealth? I don't think you have to wish for that. There you go. I accidentally alerted. That was an accident as well. Well, here we go. Got a gun between you guys there?
I'm a lightweight that I am stuck in. Bottle of beer and I'm out.
Really, guys?
DJ Bagba's got the bars. SQ off a bottle of bucket and a 5 of beer.
I'm a lightweight and I'm hanging bottle of beer and I'm... It wasn't even a button mash. I didn't even get close to it. Unfortunately. But round 2 is, you know, we've got 4 minutes left. Round 2 is still, you know, possible. Over here, FML.
Sheer willpower? It's perfectly safe. Webb doesn't cut corners. No, that'd be too pedestrian for him. He only dabbles in high treason allegations. Nothing more. Your loyalty is moving. So what? This is true. Something.
Oh, we have had a British moment. We have. Because remember when he was asked about the weather and he said, oh, if you have to ask, then like you've been away too long? I would say that counts.
Insufficient clearance.
That was a Duolingo noise. I'm telling you guys, that little opening is a Duolingo alert. Oh, F, I did not mean that. Shite, shite, shite. It's already gone tits up. You're a wee grass, by the way?
It's just me.
Oh my god, I actually sidestepped for the first time in my life. This feels good. Should I just go on a killing spree?
Somebody on the ground. Lying there.
Huh?
Let me see. Man down. Man down. Just me. Let's go.
Miller, it's honestly my favourite Nolan movie. I think it's so underrated. It's so good. You're not the only one left. You're a flumping liar. Oh, Davian, you're gonna have the best time. It's so good. Oh my god, oh my god. I am in flow state. Oh my god, oh my god. Well, Interstellar's my pick for one of my favourite movies ever, but I think Prestige deserves it because it's so underrated, you know? If that makes sense. Like, I think Interstellar's phenomenal, but I always hype up Prestige because no one gives it its flowers.
Took a while.
Oh, you know, boys and their toys.
It's worth it, Davian.
Not much to look at. Shall we?
Hey, Rye. Oh my god, I locked in Salvik. I actually hit a flow state. Who cares about stealth? Boring! There's no way. Salvik's gonna be
Hi.
raging.
What on earth are you doing here? I heard you were let go.
Long story.
Long story?
I really shouldn't
Rage
tell
quit.
you.
Oh, you really should.
I'm with the Global Liaison Office. I was on a diplomatic mission to negotiate asylum for web industries with a foreign authority. One able and willing to risk a direct confrontation with the Royal Navy and provide safe passage off site. Now stop wasting my time. Sir Nicholas awaits my report.
Right. Of course.
This conversation never happened.
I wasn't close that time either.
My hero.
Just watching the master at work.
It's a Duolingo noise, I'm telling you.
Place was located.
I knew it was within the Antarctic.
Right, it's
Circle,
been really
same as
hostile in
everyone
here
else.
tonight with Bingo,
The
honestly.
exact coordinates were classified.
Don't want to
Even
fan that
Damien was
flame.
never invited down here.
Webb's own son. And no wonder the guy was troubled.
Please. There's no excuse for what Damien was. Webb just found a way to harm
For
his worst impulses.
Well, if life gives you lemons.
I mean, I've won tonight. I'm chilling. I've won twice, actually.
It's Webb. And that is Roger Finch, the chief legal officer.
I know. We met in a lift.
I've upgraded security. No one enters
They're
the
so
plaza.
close.
Next 48
Well,
hours.
you heard the man. We need to boost our security level.
How do we manage that?
I'm sure there's an upgrade station around here somewhere. But you must do the heavy lifting again. This place will be crawling with management types like Lindsay back there. I can't risk being seen.
All right, we'll hang back. I'll go fast track my career.
I'll poke about in the system. See what I can find.
Alright then, you know, that's time to stop. Oh god, I actually don't want to stop playing, but I haven't eaten. I need to take Thane a little adventure, and I'm seeing Spidey tomorrow, so I won't be on. So I'll be streaming Bond on Thursday till we finish. So we finish Bond Thursday and start. What is this? When was this a thing? Has this always been a thing? This always been there? Yeah, we finish Bond Thursday. Depending on how long's left, potentially we continue with Black Flag, or we start Black Flag again, not again, but pick up where we left off on Saturday or Sunday, which I'm aware is then August. How long is Black Flag actually? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Anyone with a brain cell know? Okay. Thank you guys for being here. It's been super fun, actually. I'll be the first to say it's been super fun. Who do we want to raid? I should really get better at raiding other people, but I will be raiding just the usuals tonight because I need to go. And I feel bad if I don't hang about in a chat of someone I don't know. So I'm letting you guys decide. 40 plus. I'm not going to do most of the side stuff, I think. 20 to 30. We'll stick to that. I'll do side stuff off stream. Potential. Okay. Who are you guys hanging about in? And we'll go over there. It can't be, in fact, it could be anyone. Let me know. If you're not a subber, this is your raid message. If you are a subber, this is your raid message here. And I would appreciate you sticking around, hanging out and going over. Should we raid... Oh, that's a new one actually. Would they be pissed if I left pretty instantly? Who is this person? Let me have a look. Is this someone you know? I'd assume so. Ooh. Right. Fuck it. Oh my god. Old school RuneScape as well. Hell yeah. Let's go over here. Right, guys. This is a brand new person, so I expect you guys to stay. Be nice. Give them a warm welcome. I'll see you in the chat for a bit. Best behavior. Don't be rancid, okay? All smileys. And remember, this is your sub raid message. And the other one, if you're not a sub. I'll leave you with drop game, and I'll see you guys soon. I'll see you guys on Thursday. Spidey tomorrow. Ah!